what Mikel's had to do and with the resources we've had to pull. Half the teams are cheating, like your team, Chelsea.
If we're going to do it like that, you're not going to talk about the fact you didn't get a red card or a penalty.
Arsenal now is a fashion brand. You have more fucking kits than you have trophies over the last 20 years.
Yes.
Where was you at Leeds United the other day? How shit and boring was that game? Do you know what? I'll tell you when I was going. 1981,
And
you
there
had
was no
one
one
job
there.
to do, beat Spurs, and you couldn't do that.
I'm Alex, big Liverpool fan. Lee, Mr. Judges, when you say biggest, do you mean best?
Biggest and the best, and I'll tell you why. Right? I just said in this before we come on here, biggest in the Premier League, no one wanted to argue with me, so I've had to make it the world to get an argument.
Oh, you're
out
wrong.
of you, like. It's not your lot, is it, Liverpool and Everton? Because at the end of the day, you look rather have a rivalry with Man United. Chelsea, well, they don't have a rival with Fulham. You know what I mean? Manchester
other
City,
examples.
Manchester United, they want to have rivals at other teams. But as far as the two biggest clubs, yeah, I'm in there.
So I disagree. I could probably name you 3 off the top of the hat which
Go on
are
then.
bigger, right?
Go on then.
Celtic versus Rangers.
They played the other week and no one knew they was on. But go on, carry on.
So how did you know then?
I was told.
You were told?
I was told by a Hearts fan. There you go, like, you know what I mean?
Galatasaray Fenerbahce, River Plate Boca.
Where are they in the league? Where are they in the league? Fenerbahce,
mean
like
in
they're
the
in the
league?
Europa League.
Yeah, but Tottenham finished
Tottenham,
17th
Tottenham,
last
mighty
season.
Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League, Europa League winners. They're playing against Arsenal, massive club.
The quality in the North London derby isn't great. There's a lot of kicking, a lot of yellow cards, a lot of controversies. When you're talking about most, and I think you mean most competitive, most heated, the fans really hate each other, then Celtic and Rangers for me.
I agree.
clears that.
I agree with the Celtic and Rangers thing because of what goes on and all that lot. But the standard of the Celtic and Rangers has dropped. So I think with the Premier League and as it is with Arsenal and Spurs. Arsenal, you know, we know about Arsenal. Spurs have been maintaining that they're not down the bottom now. They're up there challenging for trophies, challenging for the Champions League. It makes it a spicy game. And I just think everybody's a little bit more interested in that game nowadays. You know, I'm
Listen,
being
I'll
honest.
always watch
There was
it.
Milan and AC Milan, but that's sort of dropped off a little bit of the standard. I just think with the Premier League and the way things are, the Arsenal and Spurs game is still a massive game, and it's getting bigger and bigger.
It is a massive game, and I'm not saying it's not in the top 5 in the world. Your statement was it was number 1. For me, Celtic Rangers, Fenerbahce Gala, River Boca are all bigger, more hated
And when was
rivalries.
the last time you watched one of them?
That wasn't the question, Lee.
Well, no. Get in there! Yeah, see you later, Alex!
Hang on. He agreed with me. He said, I agree, they're not the biggest.
My name's Nick and I'm a Man United fan. Lee, if you would have said that the
Hi, Nick.
North London derby, is the biggest rivalry, biggest derby in the Premier League, there's a conversation to be had. But what sport do Barcelona and Real Madrid play? It is by far the biggest rivalry, the most watched, the most prestigious derby rivalry in the world, and not much comes close.
Did you take geography at school?
Rivalry, derby. Okay, it's not a derby, but it's a rivalry. But it's a rivalry. It's a
Madrid,
rivalry.
Barcelona
It's a
are
rivalry.
not in the same
Yes,
town,
it's
not
a
in the same
rivalry,
thing.
though.
I'm sorry.
It
That
is a
the end of-
rivalry.
I'm-
Hold on.
come on, Lex.
No. Wait there. Hold on a second. Let me land. When you were talking to Alex, did you not reference Man United and Liverpool? So it's a rivalry. It is a
Listen,
rivalry.
I said
They are close
Manchester
enough, it's a
United versus
rivalry.
Manchester City is the
You
derby.
referenced Man United and Liverpool.
But Manchester United will rather use Liverpool as their rivalry. So Manchester City and Manchester United is not a big rivalry. Everton and Liverpool is the same town, but it's not used as a big rivalry for Liverpool fans because they rather think of Man United. That's what my point.
But it's still a rivalry, and it's the biggest in the world.
No, sorry, mate.
Fucking, that was easy. That was easy, that one. Oh, look, I've got Brighton fan there.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, what's it? You can't have him talking about fucking derbies.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
That's
Here we
why
go.
I've sat here. I'm not
Here's
we
the
don't got
why.
one.
Right, I'm Ben, I'm a Brighton fan. I know exactly about rivalries. Brighton Palace is not a derby, it's a rivalry because we're separated by Gatwick
We're not
Airport.
talking about
It's the El
rivalries.
Gatwick go. Yeah, I
We're
know,
not
but I'm just
taking
making the
rivalry.
point for what we were
It's
talking about
derby.
then. You're wrong. You're wrong.
D-E-R-B-Y,
Yes.
derby.
I'm
Where
going
we
to tell
come
you
from.
the biggest derby, the most famous derby in the world, Boca Juniors versus River Plate. They've played so many times where it's been cancelled. In my head, rivalry
How many
and
times
derby is it's all about fans going at each other. It's fierce. They hate each other.
How many games have you watched?
So many, mate.
How many?
I love it.
I
stay up. I stay up.
How many times you stayed up at 2 o'clock in the morning?
They've had
watch
games
that game?
cancelled because it's so fierce that they hate each other that much.
How do you know?
Because I've seen a Copa 90 documentary. Shout out, you should watch it. It's unbelievable.
Oh, you watched a documentary?
Yes, and it's facts. It's the biggest.
I thought it was a football game. But
If you know ball knowledge outside the Premier League and outside North London, you know that's the right answer. Thank you very much.
Have you just forfeit?
He gave up. He gave up. Oh, no, I'm not having a Chelsea fan come on.
No, hang on. Hello, my name's Louis and I'm a Chelsea fan. Now, Lee, first thing I'm going to say to you, I don't have a horse in this race because we don't have a derby, if I'm being very honest. You speak to most Chelsea fans, some will say, well, we don't. Some will say Arsenal.
Where's Chelsea then?
Well, Chelsea, it's in SW6, but what I'm saying is...
so
No,
is
but
Fulham not
hang on. Lee, let me make my point. Lee,
I will do,
and then you
but
can come
I was
back.
just asking the
Well, no,
question.
because Lee, you're not letting me finish. So let me finish, and then you can come back. What I'm saying is, in terms of... You just talked about, for example, how Liverpool want to look at Manchester United, right? For Chelsea and Fulham, which you're talking about, Chelsea fans don't really consider it a derby. It's not really something we look forward to or look for in the calendar. It's something where you can speak to a lot of Chelsea fans, they'll go, oh, it'll be Spurs, or it'll be Arsenal, or it'll be United, or it'll be Liverpool. We don't really have one which everyone universally says, this is our derby. So that's why I don't have a horse in the race. When it comes to what you're talking about, for you, what are the facets... So the different things to piece together that make it a derby. And I'm not just talking about the actual game itself. What are the things that make it a derby for you?
Am I at school or something?
I know it's a big word, mate. Keep up.
It's just a lesson in what?
It's the one to start to answer the question. The facets are different things.
Facet?
Facets,
A facet? It's a football game, not a facet.
No. So talk to me about the different things that make it a rivalry for you. Because it's not just on the pitch. It's not just on the pitch.
Listen, I think like there's London's a massive city.
Right.
Massive. Two of the biggest clubs in England, definitely the two biggest clubs in London, going head to head. Like, you know what I mean? You know, you've just admitted that because you ain't got no rivalry.
Different conversation, but you know.
And you'd love to have that rivalry with Arsenal and Spurs.
Of course,
listen, at the end of the day, you jump on board, you Chelsea fans, you try to jump on and say it's Spurs and all that.
You've not answered my question. Answer my question. When it comes to rivalries and that derby, out of the pitch, what makes it the derby for you? I'm not just talking about the 90 minutes. Outside of that, what is it?
It's the rivalry of being brought up Arsenal, Spurs, North versus South, North London, everything like that. It's massive.
So geography, what else? There's be other things. History, okay.
Always been playing like, you know, you've had little derbies, you've had derby games against Fulham in Division 2. We've never had that. It's been Premier League and Division 1.
I mean, Herbert Chapman did buy his way into the first division.
Spurs unfortunately got relegated for 1 year, like, you know, that's happened to a lot more times than that with Chelsea. But at the end of the day, it's massive games, two massive clubs going at. And we, as Arsenal fans, as Tottenham fans, we don't say, oh, we want a rivalry with Chelsea, we want a rivalry with Man United, we want a rivalry with Liverpool. We've got it.
Have you, by the way, have you noticed how he's not answered my question at any point here and he just decided to go on the offensive?
No, I've not gone on the offensive once.
No, are you sure? No, fine, continue.
Arsenal and Chelsea's massive, it's like a massive club. So, Arsenal versus Spurs is massive. It's got a history, it's got everything else. What you say?
So you want to talk about history? We've just spoke about Real Madrid, Barcelona, right?
They don't come from the same town. I don't know if you want to take geography, but I can quite say.
That's fine.
Barcelona's up in the north, if I believe it, and Madrid's in the middle.
Well, hang on. When it comes to that, there's more than certain things. You've talked about history and derbies, right?
What is a derby? No, Blue, I'm going to be honest. What is a derby?
If you want to let me finish,
what is a derby?
If you want to let me finish my point, I can tell you.
Oh, go on then.
Fantastic.
I'm interested to know.
So
I've asked you what a derby is.
Okay, you done? Cool. So when it comes to derbies, it can be different things. It can't just be geographical. There are other things as well, other facets. You talked about history. Barcelona, Real Madrid, it comes down to when it comes to... Do you want me to finish? Do you want me to ask your question?
No, because I'm not on about like what's between Real Madrid.
You've just asked me.
There's a massive rivalry between Arsenal and Man United, but it's not a derby.
No, but you just asked what a derby is.
See you later. I've won this. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You can't go Real Madrid. What, am I right?
Well, it depends, mate. If you let someone finish their point, you might find out.
It's not a derby.
It's not a derby. It's just not a derby.
It is
not a derby.
Arsenal United is not a derby either.
No, but it's political when it comes down to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but that's not a derby.
Well, derbies can be more than just about location.
Not a derby. That's it. That's the end of the argument.
Louis, Chelsea fan, just crack on and explain why, please.
Right, I'll tell you why Arsenal are the best champions of all time. This league The league gets stronger every single season, all right? Every single season, every club gets more resources, better managers, better players, and the level goes up. More TV money, more broadcasting money, whatever else. So that resources, it would be kind of counterintuitive to think that the league is getting worse. So the league is already years ahead of where it was, literally and figuratively, when it was 10, 15 years ago. This season was the most competitive league you've ever seen. What we've had to do, and what Mikel's had to do, and what the resources we've had to pour into overcoming Pep as well. Not to forget, half the teams are cheating, like your team, Chelsea.
So we're going up against cheaters, up against money. If we're going to do it like that, you're not going to talk about the fact you didn't get a red card or a penalty.
Yeah, that's called good game management.
Sorry, game management.
Good game management,
Kai Havertz versus Burnley, Gabriel versus Man City.
Mate, how many of them have gone against us in previous seasons?
Those weren't red card challenges. Those weren't red cards. Tell me, were they not red cards?
This season?
Yes.
Yeah, potentially. I mean,
no. Well, if they went against you, were they or were they not red cards? Yes or no? It's a pretty black and white answer.
I'm going to answer it, but I don't know what this has got to do with the league's difficulty.
No, just make the answer.
Potentially. On another day, they might have
okay.
been.
So still,
all right, go on.
Your arse must be hurting on that fence, mate.
Right,
Come on.
Okay, yes, they were.
Thank you, cool.
Okay.
Right, now continue your point. That made no sense. Go on.
But the floor at the moment is higher than it's ever been. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So what we've got now is we've got teams anywhere between 16th right up to 4th, which can win and beat anyone on their day.
Wasn't that the beauty of the Premier League whenever you've been... If you go through the years, everyone said on any day, anyone can beat anyone.
No. When Luis Suarez was scoring 27 goals in a match against Norwich, that weren't the case. Let's be honest. When Palace were up in 04-05, there was joke teams in this league. Derby, 07-08, there was absolute joke teams. And there was, to be fair, there was more than one of them. We're talking about 5-6 teams where you knew you go and you're going to win. This side went to Wolves. We struggled against the bottom team that finished 20th twice this season.
That's your fault. But I don't think...
That's your fault. Unreal.
Let me come in.
One of you two come in because it's ridiculous.
The hardest league to win ever was the one that Liverpool won.
No.
Because it's the Man City team that they had to beat was so much further above anybody that's ever dominated. That is the hardest league to win. The Liverpool team that won the league when they won it the first time was the hardest league to win because
they won like the first 30 for 25 matches.
Yeah, but that's difficult. That's so hard.
It's hard, but they look at their opposition. You can't do that this league.
The opposition were different. They were levels above the Man City you've just beaten to the league. I'm afraid.
What I was saying back in the day, you were going up against one or two or three teams.
But you've all got to beat the same teams. You've all got to beat them.
This is my point.
Man City have got to beat them. And let's say Arsenal have got to beat them. You all beat the same teams, right? It comes down to the two teams. Yeah. It comes to.
It doesn't matter. Twice.
You only play them twice. Yeah. But everyone's got to play the same teams.
Yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter. The one Man City beating Man City to a league title in that era was so much
we just beat
more difficult.
But you say that, right? Okay. The Centurions were a great team, and that was the team they were beating back then. We still beat Pep this season. He still went out in the last 4 transfer windows. He spent 700 million to try
That's without De Bruyne. That's without all of them.
I'm talking about resources. If you look at it strictly as numbers on a sheet, right? We say there's a big correlation between the amount of money you spend and performance in this league. It is huge, right? It gets more and more apparent every season. There is more money that's been poured into this iteration of Pep's Man City than it was even 5 years ago. So in many ways, he's got more resources.
I understand what you're saying, but it's not the same. It's because of the players they had available at the time. I would even argue that Arsenal beating Man United in the 90s was even harder because they was even more of a dominant team, and they dominated for years and years and years. And I'm not sure.
Barnsley.
I am not. It doesn't matter because Man United have to travel to Barnsley as well, and you have to travel to Barnsley. But what I'm saying is, just because this season, I think this season's been poor. It's been really poor.
No, everyone said that's been poor, but you know why it's been poor? And I'll tell you why it's been poor. It's because of, like I said, the competition. What we're doing now is analysts against analysts. So when you go up against that's why you got my man at Southampton spying on people and whatever else. You are up against the analysts. The game's won off the pitch. There is so many resources put into being ready for 3 p.m. on a Saturday that it's now even you can't win on a whim. You can't win by a magic goal from out of nowhere.
Just because I don't want to disrespect your achievement, right? Let's go back to the 90s, and I'm talking about the Arsenal team that won in the 90s, 98, So look at that team now. Watching West Ham in them days, they would wipe the floor with this West Ham team now.
No.
Wipe the floor with them.
You're angry, I get it.
No, I'm not angry. No, I'm not angry.
West Ham.
Look at the Southampton team. Look at the Southampton team back there.
We're talking about Steve Lomas. Do you know what Steve Lomas, how much he struggled in this game
Frank Lampard, Rio Ferdinand, Joe Cole, Michael Carrick,
Jermaine
Defoe.
These players are prepared and trained and developed to another level these days. The level across
Doesn't
the
make
league.
them better.
Like, if you put a 90s team into a 25-26 season, if you put them in, they wouldn't know what to do. It would, in terms of the pressing, the patterns.
The 98 Arsenal team went out on the piss, right, and won as many games as possible.
Yeah.
Villa just did that and battered Man City.
Oh, come on. Don't give me one example. Come on.
Yeah, Steve, please.
What it is, there's a difference when you're going to Burnley away that they might nick a result and they can nick a result than when you're going to... Do you remember when Arsenal played City recently and how nervous that made the Arsenal team lost in the end, didn't they, right? So playing against your rivals at the top is a different pressure to playing against a Burnley or a Southampton or whatever it may be that they can nick a point off you, right? So when you've got 4 teams like you did that year, we had Arsenal, Spurs, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool.
You're saying 13-14.
When Gerrard slipped,
Yeah. I'd actually say, for me, in terms of quality, in terms of the highest peak the Prem's been at, what you're talking about is 07-08. I think that was when we had Rafa, Wenger,
Mourinho.
Mourinho was there.
Mourinho, 07 he'd left. So it was anyway. But you had Fergie and whatever else. They were 4 elite teams. What my point is...
That was elite football.
Yeah. They were so far ahead of the other 16.
Yeah.
So there was a big gap.
I didn't like
between
that.
them.
I didn't like that.
So now, like I said, that was the highest peak. So 13-14, 07-08, yes, the best teams were better.
If there's 4 or 5 teams challenging at the top, but the rest ain't, do you think it's harder than when there's only 2 teams challenging at the top?
Yeah.
And pretty much if you turn up, you can beat the rest of the teams, although they can nick points off you. No, you're right,
but I don't think there was, even in 13-14 and even in 07-08 when it was quite close at the top, I don't think there was still only 2 people in that title race. There was good teams. There were good teams. So Liverpool in 07-08, great team. They got to the quarter, they got to the I didn't get to the final. It was 07.
Was it Athens or was that 07?
They got to the semis. They got to the semis and then Chelsea and United got to the final. But they were good teams, but they didn't actually compete right to the end. Like what we've seen this season, the 2-man race.
Oh, that was lovely. This has been the most exciting one for me.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. And it makes it more exciting. But for me, like, even just the fact that, and I'm not one, listen, Arsenal got criticised. He went away, Arteta found a way.
Yeah.
Set pieces, right? I'm not taking a piss out of it, I promise you. But what I'm saying is, it just wins games. But when football was peaking, when you had the Ronaldo, Tevez, Berbatov, 4-6 strikers, like,
quality was out of this world.
I think aesthetically, like you said, the top players, they're the top players, and these top players can't even compete with the top players there. But the bottom level, you had kids now, like in our day, the kid could do around the world with the ball. And we was like, whoa, little kids now can do loads of stuff with the ball. But they ain't got that, mate. Like, they ain't got that. But I remember when, back in the day, when Wenger and Fergie were locking horns, if you lost that game, you lost the league. I don't understand how it doesn't work now. Like, you can lose 12 or whatever it may be. I think Liverpool lost 12 games and they're still Champions League and shit. It don't make sense. So what I'm saying is, and that was factual. So how the hell...
You say that?
Go on.
We won the league in 98 with 78 points, I think.
Okay.
So we dropped a lot of points.
Okay.
And then Fergie has won it in 90. I think 2 seasons before that, they won it with 75 points. You did drop points.
So that means that then... So that would... Okay.
He has 4 seasons under 85 points, by the way.
Okay,
so I'll tell you what then, that would suggest then... That would suggest that everyone was beating everyone. I didn't, so you just corrected me. No, so when City are getting 100 points, that means they're pissing the league then. It means it's easier.
Yeah. He fell for it. He fell for it.
Yeah, got it. I was winning by miles in that.
Jack, he's not the best manager in the world.
Why not?
Right now, because he relies on a set-piece coach. He's the best manager in the world.
What? What's that got to do with anything?
That's all you score, own goals and set pieces.
So we only
who manages that?
So when did they say set pieces don't count?
Yeah, but who manages that? Not Mikel Arteta.
Well, he's the manager. So he employed the set piece coach.
Yeah, he's employed him, fair play, but he doesn't.
So that's fair play. So okay, so he's employed an amazing set piece coach. What next? Why is he not the best manager?
Because he employs the players. The players score for him, get assists for him. That's not his credit. The players do that.
Okay, so why are Man United not good? Because they've got good players, but a crap system and a crap project and a crap manager. Because we have a good manager. That's why our good players play good.
I.e.
Bruno doesn't play well because he plays in the bad.
You have a good set piece coach, and that's it. Arteta's a Ronaldo.
Okay, so who's a better manager than Arteta?
Can name Pep Guardiola is a better.
Right now, obviously, I'm talking about right now. Obviously, history. Obviously, Arteta's not been around as long. Guardiola's won multiple Champions Leagues in the past. But I'm talking about right now. Why is Pep Guardiola a better manager than Arteta right now?
Right now? Yeah. Well, okay, maybe not Pep. Well, Pep Guardiola as well. But Arteta's not a good manager.
But you haven't named me any other names.
well, come on out here.
Don't get involved with the big boys.
My name's Brendan. I'm a Chelsea fan. So you say that Arteta is the best
manager in the world right now. Yes.
Right now. How can an individual be the best manager in the world if he has not won a trophy to prove that he's the best manager in the world?
No,
okay, wait, hold on. Pause. So can you repeat that last bit? How can he be a good manager if he hasn't won a trophy?
If he hasn't won a trophy with his own squad.
Okay, cool. So
change up.
Okay, can we change? Because I'd like to remind you that Arteta has won the FA Cup. So there you go. He has won a trophy.
Yes, he's won the FA Cup.
Yeah,
with
so he won a trophy.
Unai Emery's squad. And cool. And since then,
so that Unai Emery squad was getting slapped about.
The context is important.
The context is important. Arteta took it over, beat Man City.
The context is important.
Okay, context.
That was what 6 years ago,
yeah,
5.5 years ago.
But you didn't say.
Cool. Okay,
recently.
we didn't
you
say.
Said
But
we're
here now. We're here in the present. That's in the past. We're in the present now.
Present. I agree.
We're in the present right now.
This season, yeah.
5.5 years ago is your last trophy.
Yep.
Okay. We're not going to consider the Community Shield trophy. It's not.
No, I don't either. That's fine.
Cool. Fantastic. We can agree on that. So. How can you say that for the past 5.5 years?
I didn't say 5.5 years. I said right now.
How can you say since 5.5 years ago you have not won anything? And how can he?
But I didn't say that.
And how can he be?
That's not my argument.
And how can he be?
My argument is Arteta is the best manager in the world right now.
But how can he be right now if he hasn't won anything?
Okay, who's better? Who's better? Well, he has won something FA Cup, but who's better manager than him right now?
I would believe Enzo Maresca's better than him.
You believe Enzo Maresca, a guy who just got sacked? He's saying a guy
Chelsea
who
are a
just
different
got sacked.
institution than Arsenal.
He just got sacked.
Chelsea are a different institution than Arsenal. No, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Chelsea sack managers for fun. Doesn't make any sense. Let me go. It makes no sense. How do I lose that?
Brendan, I've got you. Just sit down. It's okay. Sit down. I've got you. No, okay, let's not do this. All right.
Oh, well, before we start, I just want to say...
No, hang on. Okay, go on.
Before we start, just one quick thing. The first guy who came up here has asked for help, and the second guy's name just sacked manager. So can we please have a good argument? Why is Mikel Arteta not the best manager in the world right now?
Does Luis Enrique not exist?
Yes, he does exist.
Cool.
Have you been watching Luis Enrique lately?
Luis Enrique,
yeah.
Let's go through
It's currently
this,
third in the league. Yeah.
Hang on. Luis Enrique, the point with Mikel Arteta, no doubt, right now, he's done an excellent job with Arsenal, right? But at the end of the day, you're making a very Spursy argument because what you need to do to prove the quality of a coach is have something to back it up, right? Having a league position in whatever month we're in, right, is great, but things could go horribly wrong. Who knows?
Agree.
So it might happen, right? So, with all that being said, what you've just said there is basically you need a trophy to back up, right?
I don't believe that's the only thing you need.
You don't need a trophy to back up.
No, I don't believe that's the only thing you need.
Okay, so tell me all the things you need.
Because for example, at Chelsea, Roberto Di Matteo won a trophy and was sacked recently after because winning that trophy is great, but as a manager, he wasn't great. You could talk about where Arsenal were when Arteta took over, banter clubs, slapped 6, 4, 8. Multiply across weeks. Hasn't happened once since Arteta got his squad together. As someone mentioned before, he had Unai Emery's squad in the first 2 years. He's got the Champions League semi-final. Okay. The first time Arsenal have got there in, 20 years. Okay. So he's shown progression at a club that don't normally hang out with the elite. We're slapping up Real Madrid. We're giving PSG, the team that won the Champions League, a competitive game. Years ago, we would get slapped about. We'd never get to that stage. We got knocked out in the round of 16 every year.
So the points you've just...
management.
That's great.
I was naming the points. I can go more.
No, but let's go off of those, right? So what you've just said there is a build-up, right?
Yep. That's what I said right now, not over the past 10 years.
No, but then of course, but then you're saying to get to where he is right now, there has to be a build-up.
Yep.
Right? Hence why, when I say Luis Enrique, the man has won the Champions League with 2 different clubs.
Yeah, but this was years ago. I'm talking about right now. This season, Luis
Enrique's
had a poor season. PSG
are
low in the Champions League table. They're third in the league to a club, I think, Marseille above them, and I can't remember the other club. The other club at the top, Lens or something might be top. He's got the biggest budget in the league. He's got the highest wage bill in the league. He's got Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner in his team, and he's third in the league. Okay,
but the points you've just made completely counteract what you just said, because yes, he could be the best manager in the league right now. I could technically go and manage Chelsea, because I mean, let's be honest, anyone could at the minute. And if I got Chelsea to win 6-0 against Arsenal, I'm the best manager in the league right now. That's for 5 minutes.
Well, no, because you're like 5th.
No, but what I'm saying is, but then you
we're
said
first.
right now, but then you
right now we're first.
Right now, but the whole point is saying right now.
Yeah,
right
Arteta is
now,
the best.
you're talking about.
Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack.
It's 3 of the best. We made them play.
Super Mikel Arteta. So, are you saying that Mikel Arteta is the best on the premise of them winning a lot of games?
I'm saying he's the best manager in the world right now across, like you said, not just trophies, not just winning games.
Because they're winning a lot of games.
Manager.
Because they're winning games, though. No. That's the bottom line, right?
No. Because at the start, I knew Arteta was a good manager when he wasn't winning games, because it was the way he dealt with the squad, the way he dealt with the fans, the things he's done with the club. That is all part of being a manager, not a head coach like Chelsea are used to with head coaches and.
But if he wasn't winning games, he wouldn't be the best manager.
Well, of course not.
So Unai Emery beat him this season.
Yeah. And
makes him the best manager.
Unai Emery's won less games this season. He's below him in the league.
With a worse squad, with a squad that costs less.
Yeah, but he tried it with a squad that cost more and came even lower in the league than Arteta did a worse job. He got given the same amount of keys that Arteta was gone. He had a big budget, £72 million on Pepe, and he bottled it. He didn't get us anywhere near to a top team fight.
You can make the same point about
Arteta's been given the exact same.
Gyökeres.
Arteta's been given the same ropes as Emery and done better jobs. So that's Emery out the window. Who's next?
Emery's third with Aston Villa. He's made them in contention to be a Big Six team.
They always have.
Arteta wouldn't have done that at Aston Villa.
Arteta
wouldn't have done that.
But we wouldn't know because he's not done it. But what we do know is that Unai Emery has managed at Arsenal and did a worse job than Mikel Arteta, factually. Didn't win a trophy, got battered in a final, came fifth in the league. Arteta's keeping us as title contenders for the past 4 years. Champions League semi-finals.
This guy said the Fairs Cup is the European trophy. Don't worry about it. We got your back in, mate.
Being a title contender, everyone's a title contender.
I agree. It's not, you need to win. You need to win as well. But that's what I'm saying right now. I'm not saying about 3 years ago when Guardiola was winning everything. So who is right now? Just give me a name. Just give me a name.
I'm going to die on the Unai Emery hill, man. He's third.
So you think Unai Emery is the best manager in the world right now?
If you're going off the premise of title contenders...
Yes or no? Is Unai Emery the best manager in the world right now?
Now we're still going to title contenders.
Wow, I need a yes or no.
You were saying yourselves, Arsenal fans were saying themselves,
so
you watch out for Aston Villa results because you're worried about them.
Who is it? If it's not Arteta, who is it?
Luis Enrique.
I beg you let me go.
Who?
I beg you let me go.
I can't hear the names.
Can I go?
Unai Emery.
Can do better.
The man, he beat you this season. You could not cope with him. I watched that game.
Yeah,
After it, Arteta, he was lost for words.
But United have lost to Grimsby. It
beat them
happens.
4-1.
Yeah, it's happening.
It happens.
We beat them 4-1.
Yeah, the last time Arsenal played Aston Villa, we slapped them 4-1 in their heaviest defeat of the season. They couldn't touch the ball.
You're going to have bad
No, there we go, mate. There we go. What more?
And he cried against Everton.
Come on. You got better than that.
Well done, Jack. Well done, Jack. That's a better done well. You done well. Easy.
It's a whitewash. Here we go. Ten Hag.
Don't you come here and say Bruno Fernandes is a better manager.
Right.
Ruben Amorim.
This is the wrong person to sense this argument.
My name's Nick, and I'm a Man United fan. Right. First of all, I'll give him his compliments because he's on the cusp of doing something really great.
Yeah,
to go from where Arsenal were, finishing 8th, banter club, etc., to challenging and going to win it now, fair play. He's going to enter that realm of managers that you're talking about, right? But first of all, you can't dismiss Luis Enrique just because PSG are in a bit of bad form. He's just off the back of a treble. He won the Champions League with PSG, which is something they've never been able to do, despite the amount of money they flooded into the club. Right?
How much money, by the way?
I
give a rough figure. I don't expect you to know.
You spend money. Everyone spends. Every big club spends money.
Every big club spends money.
Okay, Pep Guardiola, fine. Pep Guardiola aside.
Enrique is one that's spent more than most across all clubs he's been at.
From
Celta Vigo.
Brother, you spend money. I don't want to hear it.
I've said we spend money.
So we can't talk about money because you both spend money. Right?
Okay, cool.
He's done great things with PSG, so you cannot dismiss him. But fine, even if you
right now he's third.
Right now, there's a man called Hansi Flick at Barcelona who's just won a trophy. He's first in La Liga, probably going to win. He's going to be very competitive in the Champions League. Tell me why a man who has won the treble with Bayern Munich, won a trophy already this season, tell me why Mikel Arteta is better than Hansi Flick
so
right now.
We're talking about Hansi Flick as a manager, right? This season right now. Okay, what has Hansi Flick done with his defence? What's a big key point about Barcelona right now? No, I'm asking you a question. I've answered all your questions.
What does Hansi Flick do? What's Arteta done with the forward line?
No.
You guys win by conceding less. They win by scoring more.
Okay,
they still win.
So when Barcelona have come up against a team that are physical and actually attack their back line, what's happened?
They lose games. So
they lose games. We've only lost two. We've only lost two. We don't lose games. We've lost two.
We'll get to two is plural, so you have lost games.
We lost two all season.
But wait.
Community Shield, but apparently you can't.
Yeah, I've got the Community Shield.
When you're talking about Barcelona, when you're talking about Barcelona losing its physical side, are you talking about this season?
Yeah.
Who?
Chelsea. They slapped them. Fairs.
No, Fairs. But still,
brings me an
you
argument.
can't. My man, that's won the treble in 2020, and Luis Enrique won the treble in May. In May, you can't dismiss him. Arteta is on the cusp of being a great, but he's not there yet. He can't.
You can't talk about 5 years ago and then do that.
My man? I thought it was Michael Caine.
And he's done it! Oh, Sunu. Has he done it?
Kim,
Premier
do
League.
this for me. Just do this. I just wanted to see if you got eyes. I'm leaving.
So, first of all, make your case, because I don't think it's fair to make mine and then yours. You've said the statement, so make your case.
I think there are lots of different ways in which you can argue about a player's greatness.
Yeah.
I think trophies is one of them.
100%.
John Stones has 6 Premier League titles. He's won the treble, 2 FA Cups.
Yep.
I think individual performances and moments is one. He was man of the match at centre mid in a Champions League final. There's almost nothing better than that for a centre back to be able to do. I think legacy is another one. I think it's agreed with certain people offset as well that John Stones has basically completely transformed what it means to be a centre-back.
Right.
And I think eye test is another one, and I don't think I've ever enjoyed watching any defender, left-back, right-back, centre-back, as much as I've enjoyed John Stones. And I think all of those four added up. I think there are other players out there, like John Terry, for example, who will have the leadership, he'll have the trophies, but I don't think he's got the legacy, and I don't think he's got the same transformative effect on football.
Yeah.
Rio Ferdinand, I think, probably passes the eye test, probably maybe passes the transformation test, but I don't think he was as good as John Stones.
Well, this is the thing. When it comes to the actual figures, like, it is a difficult argument to make because we're going to be splitting hairs a lot of it when it comes to the figures of it. I think for me, the one important factor that we might have missed out a bit is context. So it's not specifically with John Stones to discredit him, let's say. I think my argument will always be Rio Ferdinand, and I'll also throw in John Terry and I'll throw in a few other players because context for me is everything when it comes to this. And when Rio Ferdinand came into the Manchester United team, that wasn't a Manchester United team that was geared for success at that time. We were off the treble and we'd gone through a point where we went through international transfers. We sold Jaap Stam. We got my favourite player, Ruud van Nistelrooy, but we also had Diego Forlan, Sebastian Veron. We weren't set up for that. We had to kind of go back to basics and get things right again. And it was Rio Ferdinand who was one of the main solidifiers in the spine of Manchester United that took us from one era to the next. And I think what is key with him is, you mentioned also some of the aesthetics and all that. Really, we're going to come down to personal preference. You'll always prefer John Stones. I'll always prefer Rio Ferdinand. But I will also say aerial ability. I'll say leadership. I'll say making other players around him better. I'll say coaxing the best out of his fullbacks. I think Rio Ferdinand takes that in.
Can I just respond to what you just said though, which is about changing of an era?
Yeah.
First of all, John Stones was Pep Guardiola's first signing. The defenders that we had the season before and the defenders that we had alongside John Stones at the beginning, we had Bakary Sagna and Alexander Kolarov at centre-back.
We had a 35-year-old Laurent Blanc and Mikel Silvestre and Gary Neville playing centre-back.
Our greatest ever period, we would all agree, has been under Pep Guardiola. John Stones was his first signing. He wanted him more than anyone else because he knew that John Stones could be a linchpin in that side. Another massive argument, which I always make when I talk about John Stones, is how much better he makes everyone else look around him. Harry Maguire was in the World Cup Team of the Year, the team of the World Cup or whatever, because he was next to John Stones. Ruben Diaz, a lot of City fans won't like this, has been stealing individual awards because he's been next to John Stones. Every single player who plays next to John Stones is way, way better than they are. That's why Harry Maguire is 1,000 times better for England than he is for Man United. That is a fact.
Well, it's not just that, though, is it? Because, I mean, there's a lot of context with Maguire, but that's different because his time at United is completely different to perception and his time at England. But I think when I'm talking about the Rio Ferdinand instance, you're right in terms of like what he's done at City and how he's come through that era. But also, Serrano and Cheeky, like they ended up getting like De Bruyne as like a welcoming present for him. So it's not as if it was a tough gig to come in at Man City. And like he's done brilliantly. I'm not discrediting what he's done. But at the same time, the era that Rio Ferdinand came into as a relatively young player, just Stones was young as well at the time. But I think to come into Manchester United with the legacy of the fact we'd won the treble 3 years earlier, and with the legacy of dominating the 90s, of only not winning it in 2 seasons, otherwise we would have 5-7 in a row, and doing all of that, and then coming in and being that person who was the most expensive defender when he went the first time to Leeds, and the most expensive to come from Leeds to United, to come off the back of having all those eyes on you from Leeds to United, where everyone wanted him to fail, where it wasn't really like the newspapers back at the time. I know social media is different now, but the newspapers having, even back then, having like a young black defender being the most successful one, the eyes were on him from the get-go. So to come through that and to come through the things with the drug test, which are wholly unfair, and I think a lot of people would admit that now because people haven't been hit as badly as then, but to come through that and still become the linchpin of that team, to become the captain. And you mentioned the team he came into, you know, Laurent Blanc was 35 years old when he came in, Henning Berg was on the way out, Jaap Stam had to leave. We were comparing him to Jaap Stam and Ronnie Johnson and to Steve Bruce and Gary Pallister. He had Gary Neville next to him, like not as a right back, as a right centre back. Like this was the era he came in.
So you put Ferdinand number 1.
I put Ferdinand
in your opinion, where would John Stones be, just out of interest?
I think he's top 5. To be honest, I need to think about it a bit more, but I'd probably say he's third, second or third.
Right, and this is the thing. Exactly.
He is.
Exactly, and this is the thing. When I first made this statement last week, people were screaming at me. I'm looking at a guy here who just agrees with me, and you're saying it's between 1 or 2.
I think more third. Terry, Ferdinand. No, Ferdinand, Terry, and him.
No, the first one.
Terry.
Hi, Brendan, Chelsea fan.
First thing I want to say is your trim's looking immaculate.
Thank you very much. This morning I got a special for this shoot.
It's very sharp.
Yeah,
it's very sharp. So, I think you have that feeling about John Stones because you're a Man City fan, and with the success you've had in recent years, right? Kind of similar to Chelsea. You have seen someone like John Stones actually create such a legacy. You haven't seen many others do the same as he has in his position. But I don't even think he's the best England defender in the Premier League, quite frankly. We have John Terry. And for all his antics, cool. I know. Anyways, fantastic player, leader. You know, he's an absolute legend, right? And he's created such a legacy for Chelsea. He's comes from the side that conceded 15 goals in an entire Premier League season, right?
He only conceded 13 as well of those.
He himself only conceded 13.
Definitely.
Right? John Terry, for me, is at least top 3. John Stones, I would maybe put him in top 10. And that's being generous. And that's
crazy.
That's being generous.
Crazy.
But I understand that John Stones has created such a legacy for Manchester City because he's come from the treble winning side. He's won multiple.
But he's also
Premier League
created
titles.
a legacy for football. He's taught centre-backs who are grown up now. You go down to Hackney Marshes now and you will see way more centre-backs playing it out from the back, playing it out, trying to replicate the style of football that he brought into the Premier League than you will with John Stones.
Come on, man. Rio Ferdinand was doing that with us, with West Ham.
That's number one. You can make that statement that John Stones, people play at the back because of John Stones. Fine, cool. But then I disagree because it's been happening for many years before.
Not to that level.
Not to that level, fine. But it's been happening regardless, right? And if someone told me, this is coming from, let's say, a casual fan, right? Oh, what type of defenders play from the back, right? John Stones' names might come up, but many others will come up as well.
The Rio Ferdinand argument is one which I will probably consider, and it's something which I would say there is a 1-2. The John Terry argument is something which I'm just not willing to consider. John Terry is an unbelievable defender. His aerial ability, blocking tackles, absolutely exceptional. But to be a top defender when John Terry played, you have to have a completely different set of skills to be a top defender when John Stones plays. To be a top defender in a Jose Mourinho team means just putting your body on your line, being positionally astute, being good in the air. To be a good defender in a Pep Guardiola team means going and playing in midfield in the Champions League final and dribbling past more players ever in a Champions League final apart from Lionel Messi. No other defender can do that. No other defender can do that.
Brendan, do you want me to help me out here? Let's talk about John Stones a bit then. So he's done a lot,
My
right?
favourite topic.
How often has he been able to do it? Because he's got quite a significant injury
178
record.
Premier League goals for Manchester City. Games.
178 games?
Yeah.
Across how long?
Across a 9-year period.
Across 9 years?
Yeah.
Okay. But overall, that's about how can someone do the maths for me on that?
It's about 50%.
About 23 games.
23 game season. John Terry was 36, I believe.
He played more.
In the 14-15 season, played every single game of the season. And by the way, did that in this whole period where you talk about players, only had to do certain things. John Terry was able to use both his feet. Have you seen that man ping a pass? It's unbelievable. That Chelsea team, which you're talking about with Mourinho, you give it massive discredit. Yes, it was defensively resolute, but my God, could they entertain when they wanted to. Not only that, but John Terry was part of a team with Carlo Ancelotti, which until, in fairness, Manchester City took the record, scored the most goals in a Premier League season. And he was a massive part of that as well as being the highest scoring defender in the Premier League's history.
Top defender.
So, overall, I appreciate what you're saying about John Stones, but he doesn't even touch the sides when it comes to Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, and Yapstam's a great shout as well.
Fucking hell.
There's some amazing defenders. But you're
Yapstam.
Also, all I'm saying, that was him who said it, in fairness. But overall, there are defenders which I think you're giving massive discredit to.
I'm not discrediting anyone.
But you're saying,
I'm just saying how good John Stones is. I'm not saying Rio Ferdinand shit. I'm not saying Terry shit. I just think John Stones is basically
John Stones cannot stay fit for a season.
As a child, when he was a youngster, he made basically 2 high-profile mistakes, one for Everton, one for England. And because it was flamboyant football and because our press is so fucking archaic, they latched onto it and for years and years and years just denigrated him no matter what his performance level was. So the average fan who thinks about John Stones thinks about, we made a few mistakes there, always a bit flamboyant, always a bit weak. Watch his games. Watch his game against Liverpool in the 2018-2019 season, where that game decided who won the league, and he's sprinting back and he's clearing one off the goal line. That's a Premier League that he's single-handedly won for us.
There's a sentiment we haven't even spoken about yet, which reinforces the point about what you're saying, right? We could talk about John Terry. We can talk about Rio Ferdinand. We've not mentioned Ledley King yet. Do you know we've not mentioned Ledley King? Because he was always injured. People will appreciate what he was as a centre-back. He was one of the best there ever was. He was spectacular. But people don't put him into a conversation.
Well, nothing.
But also because he was always injured.
Yeah, and John Stones isn't always injured.
He's been injured the vast majority of the time.
I mean, statistically, it's not the vast majority of the time.
Statistically, in terms of someone you're saying going to be up there, if you're saying, right, that somebody is so important as the best defender in Premier League history, availability is the best.
Fitness is the barometer, is it?
For me, it's a big part of it. It's not the only barometer, but it's a massive part of it. If you cannot stay fit, you can't even have that conversation.
Which is a load of shite, right? so if Messi played 20 games a season, but Lee Cattermole plays them all,
no,
Lee Cattermole's it's nonsense.
You're twisting what I'm saying.
No, that fitness is that availability is the best ability.
Availability is one of the best bits of ability.
It's not. It's not.
It's a massive part of it.
It's a big part of it. It's a big part of it. It's a big part. It's a big part of it.
It's a massive part of it.
It's a big part. I'm just not rattled. You can talk about injuries all you want, but in all of the big games and all of the big moments throughout Pep Guardiola's history at Manchester City, John Stones has been a part of them. That is a fact. So yes, he might spend November to February injured, but for those running where we win.
It's quite an extensive period.
Yeah, can I finish my sentence, or are you just going to jump down my throat?
No, go for it.
From February to May, when we win the league, John Stones is fit. That's all that matters. This season is an anomaly, and I'm not talking about this season. He's 31 years old, fine.
He's 31 and he's getting injured that regularly throughout his career. You've just gone, he's not available for this extended period. So hold on. A third of a season.
So hold on. The only thing that you've got to use is the fact that he's injury prone.
What's a massive...
Talk about his ability. Talk about his ability.
He's great. He's
second
fantastic.
To none.
He's fantastic. But if you're not available the vast majority of the time, or for your case, a third of a season, you can't be considered the greatest centre-back in Premier League's history when there are players that have been pivotal, not just in big games, in every single game.
I think if you played almost 200 games, you've got a decent stake to the claim.
In 10 years?
I mean, it doesn't matter how long you played. If we're talking about Premier League, I think 200 games is a decent amount.
20 games a season, it's not.
So the only barometer is the fact that he's injured.
It's a massive part.
Well, come on.
My name's Clinton, Newcastle fan. You're lucky I'm not going to bring any Newcastle defenders to the table because then you would have been cooked. But I'm going to say this. Doesn't Vincent Kompany get into this conversation? Is he alive? Like, Vincent Kompany is by far your best defender of all time. Of all time.
And that is why I know that I've got a good point, because that is just nostalgia talking. Vincent Kompany.
Nostalgia?
Vincent Kompany.
You owe him everything.
Let me finish.
And you got a statue of his name.
Recency bias.
Have you?
Vincent Kompany was insanely injury prone. You want to forget it now because he's
more
retired
injury prone
and
than
because
Jon
he's
Stones.
a manager.
More injury prone than Jon Stones.
Exactly the same.
No. What?
Exactly the same.
VAR check that. VAR check that right now. Pronto. Because Vincent Kompany, put some respect on his name. The guy, you owe him everything. You owe him your life.
You don't need to
tell your life.
You don't need to tell me.
Other than Jon Stones.
You don't need to tell me.
The only thing that you know Jon Stones about is that viral video with Raheem Sterling talking about the real General. General Jon Stones. That's the only thing he's known for.
Hold on.
He's not known for anything. He's known for a beer. I want to be a Jamaican. That's about it.
Hold on.
VAR check that.
You don't need to tell me to respect Vincent Kompany.
I know more about Man City defenders than you, and you're a Mancunian. Shame on you. Shame.
VAR in. Kompany was significantly more injury prone than Stones.
Off you go.
I ain't done yet.
Virgil
van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk.
Pyramid. Go on, sit down.
Can we all scramble to get to the chair?
Like a coiled fucking spring.
Oh my lord.
I'm Kim and a Man City fan.
It's perfect, isn't it? So, my point stems from, we as a football club, Arsenal, have always been known for being classy. We've always done everything with a touch of class. We've always been... We've always been ahead of the curve. We modernised the English game. We're one of the breakaway clubs that form the Premier League. And there's always been a little bit of... We've been seen as a snob... It's a bit of snobbery around us because we do things the proper way. There was no petrodollars that built our club. We didn't cheat. We've never cheated. We've never been corrupt. We've done everything by the book, and we've done it with class. And all of our players, like a lot of our players, have made the Premier League what it is. But for some reason, you lot hate us. Look what we've done for you.
What exactly?
Look what we've done. Look what we've done for you. When we were making the Premier League, where were Man City and who were they? We've set the blueprint.
What you've done for us is you've given us Samir Nasri, who didn't win the league with you, won the league with us. You give us players.
Yeah.
You give us your best players.
You cheated
and you allow us
Yeah.
to drop off our worst players and our little coaches to have
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
After they've won trophies at us, they just toddle onto you and win absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, no.
The reason that Arsenal are disliked is got nothing to do with insecurity. What would I be insecure about? What can I be insecure about?
Because what you've won isn't your own. You've not done it the fair. You ain't earned it the right way. The 115 charges makes it. It's not. It's not authentic.
Listen to me.
Right.
I was born 5 minutes away from Main Road. I've grown up my whole life being a Man City fan.
Yeah.
At one point, I was genuinely just so buzzing that we'd stayed in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Then, as I grow older, I see my team win every single trophy under the sun. I get to follow my team all over England, all over Europe, winning trebles. Do you really think that I give a single shite how we have done it, or whether we've done it with class or grace or decorum, when that club has given me the greatest moments of my entire life?
You're rattled, though.
No, I'm not rattled.
Because every single time I mention 115, every City fan starts telling me about the times they were in League Two and whatever else. I don't listen.
I don't care about the charges. I care about my memories. Being a football fan is about memories.
115 to 9 out of 10 City fans, they lose the plot.
Football is about memories. That's a fact, right?
No,
we can all
true,
agree with that.
100%.
It's about memories.
And I've Arsenal Football Club not got great memories.
No, of course you've got great memories, but you're arguing that the only reason that people hate you is because we're insecure about our own clubs.
Yeah,
there's nothing,
I think
there's nothing for me to be insecure about. What could I be insecure about? I get to go to Istanbul and I get to sit there on a row with all of my family, all of my friends, my old barber who I've grown up with. You go to Arsenal nowadays, you ain't sitting with anyone you've ever seen before.
That's a myth.
Arsenal now has become, Arsenal now is a fashion brand that has a football club attached to it. You bring out new football kits every week. You have more fucking kits than you have trophies over the last 20 years.
Yes.
And that's a
Everyone
fact.
has.
And
every club has.
And that's
every club's trying to do that.
Brother,
So are we going to take the commercialism
okay,
of football?
Right.
Okay,
Let's talk. Let's take stats off the table, right?
Yeah.
Let's just take human experience. Has anyone here watched a football game or been in the pub near London when Arsenal have been playing? Probably, yeah. Do any of them have anything to do with North London or Highbury? No. They're all these southerners from Surrey who come, Ruperts with their retro 70s kits on, that they bought 30 quid down there. It's not a myth.
No, but I know it's not the same, but if you go down the Cali Road or Angel, Holloway, there is exactly. You can't tell me there is not real Arsenal fans. I've got a cousin, I've got a little nephew who goes to school in the area. Every single kid wears an Arsenal shirt. This is a myth. There is a real core fan base in and around the club. And we look after that community as well.
A small core fan base.
Because, and this is the other thing, most casual football supporters, if you don't really have a football club, Arsenal's a cool club to follow. That you can't deny that. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because most people...
Because it's a fashion statement.
Yeah.
It's moved away from football.
It's
moved away from football.
Does brands not matter in football? That lasts. The Arsenal brand, it goes back to, right to the 30s with Cliff Buston, right through till now with Arteta and what we did with Wenger, that is a brand that is going to be here forever. I'll be honest, if you lose that court case, everything that's happened with Pep, everything that happened before that with Pellegrini, what happened before that with Mancini, is looked over and it's a dark shadow that's casted over that. That will never happen with Arsenal Football Club.
First of all, it ain't gonna happen. Hold on.
Okay.
First of all,
we've got a lawyer here.
First of all, the 115 is not gonna happen. Second of all, your argument.
We got that on record.
I'll say it anywhere and everywhere.
All right,
it ain't gonna happen. Second of all, your argument is that people hate Arsenal only because they're insecure, which completely negates how incredibly annoying your fans are for every single fan base. Everyone would agree with it, though. Yeah. Everybody would agree with it. Apart from Arsenal fans, everyone would agree that you have a massive chip on your shoulder because you think you're bigger than you are, but you haven't backed it up over the last few decades. You haven't won anything. You've got incredibly gobby fans.
Yeah.
The vast majority of your fans at the moment, all they care about is the appearance of being an Arsenal fan. There's no history there. There's no love there. There's no familial connection. You walk down to the Emirates now, everyone's in there exactly the same kit that Arsenal have just released. You know, and you know I'm right, and you know I'm right, and you know I'm right. They're with exact because it's not proper football. It's not proper football.
Who defines what proper football is?
It's not proper football. I'll tell you what proper football is. I'll tell you what proper football is.
It's your definition.
I'll tell you what I think proper football is. My team gets a load of shit for having empty seats, right?
Yeah.
My team goes down to League Two, and we have an average attendance of 32,000. Your team, when I went to watch them, in 2019, when you were 5th in the league, we beat you 3-0, and there was a third full stadium. Then Arteta comes in. Then Arteta comes in. You start winning a couple games, and everyone's North London forever.
Yeah.
North London forever. You're from South London. Make it make sense. What's the authenticity? What's the class there?
I
don't care. You can't say forever if it's not forever.
I lasted quite long now, didn't I? To be fair. Oh well, we got someone else coming. Am I done?
No, you're not fucking done.
Huh? Oh well, for fuck's sake.
He's insecure.
He actually doesn't blink.
Cheers, Brendan, thank you. I'm Louis, and I'm a Chelsea fan. John, I've never heard so much shite in my life, mate.
Listen to a Win Stanley statement. If you want to hear a shite.
I listen to it every week, so I know what shite looks like.
Exactly.
I know plenty of statements, and I see a load of shite. We're not insecure because of X, Y, and Z. We're not insecure.
Right. You've won, you'll never beat Arsenal. In terms of the biggest club in London, you could win 15 Champions Leagues and you'll never be the size of Arsenal Football Club.
That's fine, you don't know the feeling. It's all good, don't worry about it. I was there in Baku as well, because that's been your biggest night out in like 22 years. Got battered by Olivier Giroud, who won a trophy with Chelsea. So
What's that got to do with what
you made a very good point, actually. Let me just expand on that quickly. Players that leave Arsenal to win trophies, and we give you our dregs.
What's that got to do?
Hang on, I'll tell you why. So, Ashley Cole, sick of Arsenal, pathetic little club.
Invincible.
Good for him that he left and went and won more at Chelsea.
Still loves our club more than yours.
Don't think he does,
Got
mate.
that on record.
Do you? Well, where from?
From the countless podcasts he does at the moment.
Ashley Cole?
If we go...
Ashley Cole doesn't have a podcast.
Find
it for me, please. Thank you.
Ashley Cole has made it pretty clear over the years that Chelsea is the club that...
Oh,
have that!
Mate, all right, fair enough.
Have
Cashley Cole.
Why? No, but you can't listen. No, but you can't call him Cashley Cole. You said he loved Arsenal so much. My point's just been reinforced. You know how you said that people don't like Arsenal fans because of insecurity? It's because they make ludicrous statements like that. They talk about Ashley Cole being invincible and being fantastic 1 minute ago, and a minute later you're calling him Cashley Cole because he went to another club and did better. Listen, just because you lot are bitter, don't get lemon, John. Don't get lemon. It don't suit you. All right.
At the end of the day, now as well. Jesus Christ.
Tell him to spell it.
At the end of the day, right? Players leave Arsenal because it wasn't a very well-run club. I know that because I know that because we're in the position you were in for the past 10 years.
All right.
Right. So I'm coming. I've seen both sides of the coin now.
So,
right?
so you're saying right now we're in a better position?
I'd say right now.
Are we a well-run club now?
I'd say you're a better-run club now. Absolutely.
Okay, fair enough.
The table says so. That's fine.
But
however,
without cheating,
however,
by the by.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. You know how you said Arsenal have never cheated, and you can check this by the way as well.
Mate, don't take George Graham.
I'm not talking about George Graham. I'm going further back. You said you should never have been relegated. Actually, Arsenal bought their way into the league in the 30s, and it kicked Spurs out of the league.
Yeah.
So Arsenal saying all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, we did that because it's Spurs though, and we all love
that.
It's different. With Spurs, we're allowed to do it.
But that's the point. This is why people find Arsenal fans intolerable. It's the constant shifting of the goalposts.
Do you feel like Arsenal modernised English football or played a massive role in doing that? Is that not fair?
Absolutely.
So where is that? Why is that forgotten about when we frame Arsenal Football Club and where we've taken a league and the respect we have throughout the world?
I want to go.
Where you want to come on?
I want to come.
Yeah, go on.
My name's Nicky. I'm a West Ham fan. I don't hate you.
Oh, thank you, mate.
That's your point done. I don't hate you. Why don't I hate you? Because I'm not jealous of you. You go on and win whatever you want. I'm a West Ham fan.
Okay.
I don't hate you, Arsenal. Don't hate you whatsoever. You try to force rivalries with the Declan Rice. We took your best player.
Oh, yeah.
Who gives a shit?
No, you did that.
No, mate.
I'll tell you now, there was I don't know if it was RCF or whatever he was called at the time. When we signed Declan Rice, it wound you up because the whole narrative behind that, from a lot of your family, see, this is the problem, because people make narratives based on what a couple people say, and that speaks for the whole fan base. So I know with you probably don't care. But there was loud West Ham fans that were saying, you're going to go there and win fuck all, right? So far, I've been right so far.
What have you won?
Hold on a minute. Hang on. But I'm not going to allow that person or them few fans to speak for you. But this is what I'm saying. If you go and speak to Arsenal fans, all jokes aside, I've given it the big one. We don't all think like that. Like, we are proud of our football club, and we have done things the right way.
I'm not saying you're not proud of it,
Yeah.
but you're saying everyone hates you. There's nothing to hate.
Yeah.
There's nothing to hate. You're saying
Why
you're
do you know
jealous.
what-
What
you
we
say
jealous of?
most people
Jealous of
wanna-
winning nothing. We've won more than you in the last 5 years.
Okay, so my point is, this is exactly that. My point is, if we, at the moment, if there was any other club, why does everyone want City, would rather City win the league? I think that's a fair
I don't think that's jealousy. I think that's just
but-
nonsense from your fans, I'm afraid. And I think
feel
this
as though
is the whole
I feel as though it's weird that we
Nah,
want a
it's
team
not,
that
mate.
has been clearly cheating, right? And that even okay, but even still, full of petrol dollars.
They messed it. Hold on. They messed it last year. They absolutely messed it up, right?
Yeah.
You was meant to be the one to win the league. Who won the league? Not you.
It weren't us. No, you're right.
Why?
We did.
Why can we hate people
Because
that,
they do things
that
properly,
bottle it
Nick.
every year? Well, we don't
See, that's
hate.
the thing, the bottling. Mate, every single season, 20 teams play in this league, right? You finish in second, and this is the whole thing about this, like, oh, everything's about a trophy, everything else. To finish consistently in title races, it took Klopp a while to get there. It took Pep a while to win the Champions League. You've got, no, but no one cares, that's what I'm saying. But anyone else, no one was saying this about Liverpool when they kept coming close, when they kept coming close, getting close to titles and not making it.
But you said it about Tottenham every year.
Yeah, but it's Tottenham, no one likes Tottenham.
So you hate Tottenham for what reason?
Mate, because they're Tottenham. That's an age-old rivalry.
My name is Dev, and I'm a United fan. And the thing is, what we've all kind of expressed here along the table is, well, first of all, social media exists in a bit of an echo chamber.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, you know, when we were top, like, everyone wanted us to lose. And that was a fact. Of course it was, because Sir Alex mind games and the playing with the ref. And even I'll admit there was intimidation at Old Trafford. I'll admit that these things went in our favour, because those things are true. And in the echo chamber, I could have said everyone hated us. And when Liverpool were winning it, I couldn't stand them, and I wanted them to lose more than anything. It's the thing with you guys is that I actually have a lot of respect for Arsenal Football Club as an institution, as I hope you would have respect for Manchester United as a football club. You might not as a rivalry, just respect footballing respect, like I have respect for Real Madrid or a different team.
Yeah,
but the
Scholes
thing
might
is,
have let you down a lot recently.
yeah, but the thing is, with the way that you've acted, it isn't so much that I now have an antipathy for Arsenal Football Club and what you've stood for and things like that. It's this delusion of grandeur that somehow you are being owed certain aspects of success despite not actually being able to back that up, because we're not the ones saying, no one expects Arsenal to win the league. You guys expect Arsenal to win the league. And then when you don't, you get on at us.
What's reasonable here? Like, it's a very unique position we're in, right? When you go for the title, it's good. If this season, if we do finish second, it'll be unprecedented, right? What would a fan base, which has won 13 league titles and have been desperately close, getting bantered by everyone else, how would you act? That's what as United fans, if you're in our position, bear in mind, you've not got close to a league now 13 years now. We just got to a Champions League semi-final. You ain't done one of those for 15 years. If you get this close, this many times, and you're used to, this is in our blood, it's in our DNA, we've won 13 league titles, would you not be desperate? And how would that manifest and how would that present itself as a normal human being?
No, I understand. I understand with that, but at the same time,
that's the nuance.
I completely get what you're saying, and I do largely agree that if other fans were in your circumstance, they're not going to be looking back and saying, guys, like, let's all calm down. There will be the excitement that will spill over, and it will come into whatever it is. But the excitement of not actually winning anything, but getting so close and bottling it at those final hurdles, has reached to a point where the excitement has bubbled over. That you've kind of, the thing that you said earlier at the beginning of your statement was what Arsenal have been famous for, what they've done, how they've built themselves. I don't think we've forgotten that. I think you've forgotten that. I think that certain Arsenal fans and certain people in Arsenal, when I'm hearing your striker talking about dry pitches, when I'm hearing about your reliance on set pieces, when I see you spend this money and you want set pieces and you want a 16-year-old to bail you out of trouble, when I'm seeing all of that, and I actually know, like, I know my football history. I know what Arsenal have done from the 30s. I know what they've done from the 80s and the awkward stuff with Graham, but I know with Wenger and I know with David Dean. I understand what Arsenal have done as a football club, but you have forgotten that, because when you were one of the first to get to this new stadium, and then once you got there, another things kind of came into your reckoning, and then success kind of fell by the wayside because finances and things. You then got to a point, okay, steady foundations, you build it, you've got there, you got so close. But instead of being the ones to say, okay, no, we got to go get it now, it's going to be our time, it's going to be this. I have half of your fans, again, social media's an echo chamber, half that will say, we're not going to win it because you almost want to play it against. And then there's another half that will say you have to win it. And you two are playing against each other, and you're confusing the narrative. It's not us. Arsenal fans are the ones confusing everything. We're the ones stopped by and are just pointing out the facts that you haven't won anything yet. That you might never win anything.
I kind of hear you, though.
Yeah.
You made a good point.
But
there.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Again, like it's awkward because I'm not one of those fans. I'll laugh at you, of course,
Yeah.
just as much as you would laugh at all of us.
Of course, yeah.
But it's not that I'm doing it because it's Arsenal. I'm doing it because the fans have reached a zenith point where it's almost as if some are acting like you've won things, but you haven't done that.
So
we've been more successful in terms of titles and winning, but this is our banter period.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that we've been disgraceful. We're 15th last season. I have no right to talk to you about that.
There's a fans in our position. Even last night, you qualify for a Champions League semi-final, which isn't an easy feat.
No, of course not.
And there's teams that will never even play in the Champions League bantering us, and that's hard to.
No,
it's
exactly.
hard to.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When at the beginning, again, echo chambers, it's a bit of a phrase I keep throwing about, but at the beginning of the season, when like you sign Gyökeres, and you see fans doing this and they're running all this,
excited for a new big signing.
Of course, but I was there at the first game, like when he played against us, and he hasn't caught fire the way that you would have thought, and I don't think he will for reasons that we've spoken about. But but the thing is, that is a microcosm of what is all we can see, because the loudness is gonna come from when you're in a title race and all the eyes are on you. I will know this because we've been in many, and growing up we were in that. Everyone wanted us to fall off.
Yeah.
So when we did screw up, people would come at us, and when we were saying stupid things, Sir Alex has said stupid. He said Chris Smalling could have been killed, or Phil Jones could have been killed when a ball hit his head. Stupid things happen, and I remember how those things happened. But we had the presence of mind, either as a fan base or a club, to accept that and be like, no, we're Man United. Ignore that now. No more noise. Let's focus on it. You add more. Your fans and your club, you add it onto it. So it's like you're not helping yourself in the argument and kind of making it our fault when it's not.
So you're talking when you were in title races, there was no X, there was no Facebook, there was no TikTok. Do you think you would have dealt with it any differently to us? And we don't know.
No.
This is what I'm saying.
I'll be honest. Like I'm not exactly like. There's certain parts of the Man United fan base I'm definitely not proud of, and that's what. And I think if we were, with the greatest of respect, we're a bigger club than Arsenal. We are.
Yeah, no, that's
if we were that success and we then bring in social media, yes, absolutely, we would have been unbearable if we were the same. I totally understand. That doesn't negate the fact that you are unbearable, and the reason we don't want you to win isn't because of the fact that you're so good and we're insecure.
Do you know
it's
what?
the fact you're insecure and you're telling us that we are.
But can I say one thing? Fair play. When we win, that all changes. So when we do win, it all changes. So what I'm saying is, it makes sense. If you lot are annoyed by us, you should be cheering us on to win the title, because once we win, that's gone.
No. It'll get so much worse. Get him off. Get him off.
Get off. Jesus Christ. You got Gusto at right back. What are you talking about?
Hey.
Come on then.
I'm up, mate. I am.
Gosh, Steve.
He ain't having it. Oh my God.
Don't get too excited.
Let's talk about the 1970 Brazil squad.
Yeah, come on then, Steve.
I could start there, but I wasn't born. Yes, people. I'm SteveoTheMadMan, and I am a West Ham fan. Listen,
Yo, what's going on, Steve-O, man?
I'm not gonna
don't say anything silly, yeah?
You've already done that. For one, you are a prisoner of the moment.
Okay.
Like, it's literally like your mind's gone blank and you forgot about Spain 2010.
Steve-O, I respect you. That's a bit of a cop-out. So carry on.
One sec. I haven't started yet.
All right.
I have not even started.
cop-out.
Lou said the Brazil 1970 team. I won't go back that far.
They were class, weren't they?
They were one of the greatest, considered one of the greatest.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but again, your memory and you're Gen Z.
No.
You sure?
No.
How old are you?
I'm millennial, mate.
Millennial?
Yeah.
You let us down, bro. He has let us down massively. I believe the last French squad that won the World Cup is a better squad than this.
The 2018 French squad?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Right, so, and that has Pavard in it, but that was on peak. He's probably at the peak of his powers there. This Pavard now is
I don't
shocking.
think we need to talk about Pavard as
Why
it
not?
pertains to this French team.
Why not?
Because the reason I've said that, Steve-O, I'll enlighten you.
Go on, enlighten
is
me,
this
bro.
French team has a potential Ballon d'Or winner in Mikel Arteta, has the current Ballon d'Or holder in Ousmane Dembele.
Started 11 games this season.
And neither of them are the best player on the team. Kylian Mbappe is.
Yeah.
And so when you look at this French team, and we'll go through the starting 11,
Can all three of them play at once? They can't, can they?
They can, yeah.
No, I don't
they
think
can,
so.
absolutely. They
So
can.
what's
There's 11 players on the football pitch.
where does
Yeah.
Dembele play?
You know where Dembele plays.
Up front right now. He's
No, he
changed to
plays
striker.
on the right.
Where does Elise play?
In the 10, and Mbappe up top. France, they interchange.
No, but
sometimes
I'm not gonna-
the way they line up.
I'm not going to argue with you when you're lying. You're lying.
Cuz.
Where does
I'm not
Elise
lying. That's
play?
literally how they
Where
play.
does he play?
He plays on the right, but for France, he'll play in the 10. But listen,
It's just mad, isn't it?
But listen, France with Dembele and Mbappe at times, Didier Deschamps likes to play Dembele and Mbappe both up top together. It's pretty fluid, and that's all I'll say. All those guys are going to be on the pitch at the same time, as is Desiree Doué. Barcola will come on. Ryan Shirky will come on.
Can't all play, bro.
will come on.
This is the problem. What you're going to do? Because we had this.
How many players are you playing? 15
players on the pitch.
I'm just telling you the attacking options. The reason I say this France team is the greatest of all time because no other team has had this amount of firepower. It's all about firepower.
Let me tell you, bro, they have. And sometimes having Brazil. Over the years, they've had so much attackers, so much
That 2002 Brazil team had Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, that's it.
That's it.
Jorginho, Pelé.
Different teams. Okay.
But let me tell you, sometimes, and I think this is why probably England might get it right, because sometimes it's not about how many superstars you have in your squad.
Okay.
Sometimes it's about the balance. And what you've just told me there is France is the balance. Can I swear?
No.
It's fucked, mate.
The balance ain't fucked. No. You're saying the balance is fucked because you're hearing too many good attackers.
No,
when the reality is,
top heavy.
they're all just playing.
Who's the
not
midfield?
top heavy.
Who's
They're
the
just
midfield?
playing.
Who's the midfield?
Midfield is going to be Rabiot and Kante or Germany.
Bruv, do you remember Vieira, Zidane? Do you remember them guys?
You're just giving me good midfielders. Okay, but listen.
Because that team had Henry up top. That same team had Henry up top. Is Mbappe better than Henry?
Mbappe is better than Henry, yeah.
Don't worry,
lads. Hold on. What are we talking about? What competition are we talking about?
We're talking about
the World Cup.
You're talking about Thierry Henry.
We're talking about the World Cup,
God,
okay?
mate.
Mbappe has 12 goals in the World Cup. What are we doing here, guys? Come on.
We're
talking about the World Cup, and this is Mbappe's tournament. So now,
So does Patrick.
You're talking about
Closer. For
has 16.
Leverkusen, gets golden boot, scores loads of goals.
Kelechi's got 6.
Mate, come on.
Right.
Come on. Doesn't matter.
Mbappe's the key here. He's
the bad
best
apple
player in the world.
He's the one that should be dropped.
He's the best player in the world.
He's
the best in the world.
Ability he is, definitely. But he's a bad egg, bro.
Oh yeah.
Every team
was he a bad egg when he was carrying France to the final in 2022 when they won the World Cup in 2018? What are we doing here?
You tell me the time he didn't win. He got to the final and didn't win. Messi messed him up, bent him over, lube, bang. Later.
Did you watch that?
I watched
that
it.
final?
Great hat trick. He done well.
Mbappe got let down by his whole team.
Sometimes it happens, but why did they let him down, mate? Because he's a bad apple. Come on, you don't believe this?
No, I do. Just look at the team. It's
I've
also
asked you to name the midfield.
Oh, listen,
All
bro.
of them.
It's Tchouameni, Rabiot, Kante. That's the three.
N'Golo Kante.
He's playing at Fenerbahce. Please relax. Have some respect for N'Golo Kante. The defense features 2 Champions League stalwarts in Upamecano and Saliba. They got Tio.
Why are we
laughing at Upamecano?
Hey, I appreciate you lot. You haven't yellowed me out, but I can't stick with him anymore.
Get me in.
Get him gone.
I'm Marty, and I'm an Arsenal fan.
So, Marty.
Champions 2026, by the way. Right,
You've heard my statement.
I'm just going to cut this straight down, yeah? Just cut this down to size.
No, you're not.
Spain, 2008, 2012, yeah? That team, the only team to win 3 back-to-back major international tournaments. When you were talking about players like Iker Casillas, Iniesta, Xavi, I'm not having you saying that this French side, right here, right now, is the best.
You're naming good players. I can name good players.
No. I'm naming a team that is the only team to have done 3 back-to-back international tournaments. They created tiki-taka football. That team, that is what tiki-taka football is based on. And that is it. The mic is dropped and the argument is done. You cannot compare to it.
Listen, mate, Burnley play tiki-taka, geez. Chill out.
Burnley play tiki-taka. You know they're in a championship now.
I know.
You know they're in it. You use Burnley. This guy's
it's about winning games.
Burnley.
It's about winning games. You're bringing
It's
me a
about
Spain
winning
team.
games, and they won games because they won 3 tournaments back to back.
That's fine. Listen, that Spain team are great. They were known for suffocating teams, getting their 1-0 wins, so on and so forth, controlling the possession. No team has ever had the firepower this France team has. 2018, they win the World Cup. 2022, they get to the World Cup final. In 2026, they're going to win it. So what are we doing here? This is an incredible
What we're doing here, you're saying, oh, and they're going to win it, which hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
and you're talking
fine.
about, I'm talking
We can't
about,
discount them.
I'm
Look what they've
talking
done for the
about
last
a
2
team.
finals.
I'm talking about a team that has done back to back to back. They dominated football, world football
I know,
at that
mate.
period of time.
I know, but
you
France
know,
obviously dominating.
you're sitting
France
there.
not dominating.
See the reason why you're rubbing your head and you're going like that?
No, I'm
It's
just
'cause you completely
I'm
run out of
thinking,
ideas.
No,
you're
not,
like,
you're not getting
buckled.
it, mate.
No,
I'm just sitting here thinking he's not getting it.
You are not getting
Look at that
it.
Spain attack compared to this France attack.
Look at that
It's
Spain
nowhere
attack,
near
mate.
it.
Look at that
cuz.
midfield.
It's
Look at that
nowhere near it.
defence. Look at that defence. Look
France
at their
defence is good
goalkeeper.
because you got Saliba in it. What's going on?
Mate, are you serious? They won the back-to-back-to-back. There are no other teams. They're the only teams who have ever done that.
Okay, all right. The national teams weren't even that good, were they? Really?
And you're talking about this French team now.
Listen, France.
on.
France
There's
is
someone
just
else.
You've had him. You've done him.
You've done
Great
him.
point. You come with it.
Right, my name's Clinton, Newcastle fan, and Jans. Me and you go way back.
We actually go way back
Way
in the hood,
back.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
exactly. But I can't stand this. I can't stand for this because you're forgetting about Brazil 2002, the only team to win all 7 games. All 7 games.
Great.
So you're talking about a team that's not even done it yet. But Brazil.
What do you mean they've not done it yet?
They've not done it. What? We're talking before the. I don't know when this is going out. We're talking before the World Cup. So again, Brazil have done it.
Okay.
Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Kaká, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, Ronaldinho, Dinho, Adrian. Oh, come on,
You can say
Jans.
you can say these names
It's
as an
a Brazil.
excited expression. That's fine. When these guys go on and win again, France, which I'm assuming they will,
Yeah.
because they're the best team.
You're assuming.
I am assuming.
Whereas this team has done it.
Okay,
all 7
listen,
games.
but
No
I'll be able
losses,
to name
no
those
L's.
names once they've won it with the same vigor. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll be able to do the same.
Will you?
You're just naming names. They're legends because they won.
Yes, thank you.
But what about this France team and the talent in it?
That's the idea, isn't it? What about it?
And
Is
France,
that not the idea of it?
brother,
That's the idea.
France have won recently, and they got to the final recently.
What with this team though?
Brother, there's
this team?
similar names.
You're stalling.
Mbappe won it. Kante was there.
With this
Do you know what I mean? Dembele was there. Come on, guys. Upamecano was there. A lot of the stalwarts were there.
If we used to do a combined 11
Theo
between-
Hernandez.
Hold on,
These
hold
guys
on,
were all there in 2018.
Hold on. So here's the XI. Let's see who gets in this team, this
Yeah,
combined
go on.
11. So
Yeah, crack
start
on.
off in goal. Marcos versus
Mike Magnon.
Who?
You know, Mikel Magnon.
Lads.
Brother,
Well, he has
you
got-
lot don't know Marcus' first name. You lot don't know. So,
He's just Marcus, that's it.
Yeah.
Magnon's better than him.
All right. Lucio versus
Saliba.
Oh, come on. That's
Come
not
on.
even a contest.
right, Lucio.
Saliba.
What?
Oh, mate.
Just because he's got a nice little catchy little.
Mate, just because he
song.
played in 2002 doesn't make him better. I like those guys too, bro.
Yeah.
I was reading
I like
encyclopedias. I loved it, bro. It's
But
cool.
again,
Can I
Lucio.
say something? Do the position and who gets in out of the two, rather than comparing who you think's better. At right back, so it's against Pavard or whoever it is against Cafu.
So Cafu versus
Koundé.
Kunde. Come on, Cafu, man.
Yeah, obviously it's mad.
Thank you. All right. At least we got some sanity here. Right, Roberto Carlos versus
Theo Hernandez.
All right, come on. 2-0.
They've both won World Cups. What am I supposed to do?
We're
here?
talking about Roberto Carlos.
Yeah, I hear it, mate. Crack on. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, though, aren't we? Hey?
Right, centre half, Lucio versus
Saliba.
Yeah, Lucio.
Saliba.
Cool.
Saliba.
I might let you
Yep,
have this
Saliba.
one. No chance. 3-0. Ed Milson. No, in fact, we can't go.
What, are you the ref?
I mean,
No, but we're all here to agree or
Yeah.
not agree.
so Lucio versus.
Are you having Lucio over Saliba?
I knew he was going to cut. I knew you already teamed me up when I was up there, and I'm like, I'm going to favour Saliba, obviously.
What is it,
That's what Arsenal fans do anyway.
Exactly.
Anyone
What is it, Mike? What is
No,
it,
come
Mike?
on, let's be serious.
No, I'm asking him.
Saliba, man.
Oh my God, you are joking.
Over Lucio.
Yeah, mate, honestly.
Over Lucio.
You don't watch this guy every week.
I don't need to know
Oh,
you
we
can't
all-
go up against a treble winner in Lucio.
Obviously,
You know what I mean?
lad.
I'll be all right.
Let him have it. Let him have it.
We're not Saliba. Come on.
Are we doing charity? Right. Other centre half, Ed Milson.
Yeah, Upamecano. I'll take Upamecano, please. Why don't we rate Upamecano? Because we watch him play in the Champions League, makes a couple mistakes. Guys,
Always.
make
There's no
mistakes.
reason why I don't rate him.
Right.
Oh, Upamecano, cool.
Right, let's get into midfield. Rivaldo versus.
Midfield?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I mean, we've got. Yeah, it's a long day.
No, it's not, bro. What, so you're playing Rivaldo in the 10, yeah?
Rivaldo. I'm just throwing it there.
Yeah?
Because I've still got more to go.
Elise, mate.
Elise
Elise's
versus
gonna play in the 10,
Rivaldo. Are you
Elise's
mad?
Gonna play in the 10.
Are you mad?
Elise's playing in the 10.
I don't care if he plays in 10, plus
might have to
2,
walk
plus
off,
5. I don't care. You're
all
never
walking.
taking
Listen, mate, you can have-
Rivaldo
you
over
can-
Elise.
Listen, you can have Rivaldo, mate.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Rivaldo over Elise. Cheers, mate.
Geezer played in the Qatari 3rd division. He's not all that.
Thank you so much.
Elise played for Reading.
Big up Reading, bro. Gilberto Silva.
Oh, here we go.
Versus doing the dirty work versus Kante.
For the purposes of this, I'll take Kante.
Which version are we talking about?
Today's Kante.
Today's Kante.
Same, yeah,
not
geezer.
Chelsea's Kante, not Leicester
Same
City's.
Same geezer, mate. Has Kante been a world-class midfielder? Yes. Has Gilberto Silva? Not to that level. Thanks. Next.
Not to that level. Hello?
Sorry. I think. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Marty, do you want to have a...
I'm not having that, mate.
Do you want to tag in here, mate?
Kante overall.
Yeah.
But today's Kante.
Okay.
I reckon I could outrun him.
You can have Gilberto Silva. That's ridiculous.
I can have him, okay.
Yeah.
Next one, Kleberson.
Hey! Big him up.
All right. You want to laugh?
You got one.
Yeah, you got one.
Hey, hold
Listen, no, seriously.
You know what? Have
Seriously,
charity. Have
no,
charity.
you
He can have one. He can have one. Ronaldinho
Yeah.
versus I don't even care who. I don't even care. Go on. I dare you.
Well, they both played for PSG.
I
Desiree
dare
Doué. So
Ronaldinho.
This is a setup.
Ronaldinho.
This is a flipping setup. On my life, this is a setup.
Ronaldinho. I want you to say. I want you to say.
Okay, mate. Yes, Ronaldinho is better than Desiree Doué. There's your clip.
There you go. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. And then we'll go with, I don't know if you heard this guy. What's his name? R9? Ronaldo?
What, you think he's better than Mbappe?
The real Ronaldo?
What, you think he's better than
The
Mbappe?
king?
You think he's better than Mbappe?
What are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? Are we all right?
He's not better than Mbappe.
Are you all right? Guys, I don't think the mic was on. Hold on, one more time.
Yeah, we
R9 Ronaldo
Oh, you said that?
versus, I don't know, who else you couldn't bring to me.
Kylian Mbappe?
I
What
said,
are we
I said
doing here?
R9 Ronaldo
Yeah.
versus Kylian Mbappe.
Mbappe wins.
On what planet, bro?
Bro, Mbappe wins, cuz. I told you, this is a setup. You're going player for player. You're imagining them in their best form or whatever. I'm telling you, this France team altogether, the attacking firepower is better than that Brazil team.
How many
No, it is,
Brazil
cuz.
players?
It is.
How many Brazil players versus?
Kleberson.
Exactly. Let you have one, maybe even two, versus a whole 11. So 9 versus 2. I think Brazil win.
Is that decent?
Nice one,
Yeah?
Clinton.
Quick
Great
maths.
stuff.
Bit of a
landslide, this one.
Go on, see you later.
They're not
Go
listening.
on, see you
Guys
later.
are not
Bye-bye.
listening.
Bye-bye.
They're not seeing the
Bye-bye.
attacking firepower. They're not even. They're
Go
not
on, see you later.
understanding.
Get him off, lads.
I'm not here to argue that we're going to be a top 6 club.
Okay.
But Everton are not going to be a top 6 club.
Why
You know
not?
why they're not going to be a top 6 club? Because of the man you've got in charge of your club. He cannot take you to a top 6 level. He's taken
They
us
did it before.
to a top 6.
It goes Champions League.
Yeah, he got you in the top 6.
And he
but
won
you're
you a
saying
trophy.
A top 6 club.
A big 6 club.
A big 6 club.
A big
yeah.
6 club. It's not
He took a
entirely-
big 6 club and he made them not a big 6 club because he failed.
They're still a big 6 club. Man United.
Just about.
Because my
But
point.
when he took, what I'm saying is, when he got to that level, yeah,
Mhm.
the same with us. This is why we wanted him out. He cannot take you to that level. When he went to Man United, his level got found out, right? And I love Moisey. I love Moisey more than anyone because he gave me one of the best nights of my life. But with that man in charge, next year, right? And this is a statement. Next year, right?
Never called him back.
But yeah, you can't get to that level with him. He just can't take you there. Because when he did take a proper top 6 club, when he took, it was a failure. It was a disaster. He cannot get you there next year. I'm not going to say you're never going to be a top 6 club.
Okay,
But with that man in charge,
big 6, not top 6. So the
Big
top
6,
6,
yeah, big 6. I'm
the
talking
way
about
I'm
big 6.
Big 6 is more than just
but based on
placement.
what,
It's
though?
financial. Like, this new stadium we've got makes 3 mil
Newcastle.
extra per game.
Newcastle bigger.
can't spend the money they have. We generate much more revenue now. We're on the verge
How?
of getting a record sponsorship shirt deal. We've
Right.
got the naming rights to the stadium. We've got a stadium that makes more money than any other stadiums in the area. We can do extra things like Tottenham have, and that's what Tottenham have got.
What extra things can you do?
You can have
what's going on
events.
in these stadiums?
It's
What's
better
going
than
on here?
yours.
I'm not going to. It's definitely better than ours. I'll give you that one.
So the thing that's made Tottenham considered a big 6 club is what Daniel Levy did, the revenue aspect, the extra money he's generating. That's the model that Everton are going for without the handbrake on the spending and the wages, because it's all going to get put back in.
But they're all going to be doing this now. Once that handbrake gets let off for one, they'll all do it. You know, that's why Tottenham have opened. You've gone to a new stadium. Yeah?
Yeah.
And you can get this extra revenue. Newcastle talking about a new stadium now.
Yeah, but
Man
they
United
don't have
talking
one
about-
yet. And my point is, by this time next year, they're not going to build the stadium in 6 months.
It's not going to happen that quick, I'm afraid. It ain't
If
gonna happen
Tottenham
that
go
quick.
down, somebody's going to take it. Somebody's going to be that next, like the 6th team in that top big 6.
It'll be a 5.
Nah.
It will be a 5.
Nah, because there'll be Aston Villa fans saying the same thing. And the problem they've got is...
I don't understand what you're classing as a top six. They don't have
Big
to be a
six.
top big. Sorry, I keep on saying big six. I keep on saying top six, but it's big six. What class is it? Because it used to be a big four, and there is a big six.
And Everton were in that though.
No, they wasn't.
No, it was. In
They
the
wasn't,
80s, they were a
mate.
big club.
Yeah.
Stick up for your team. They were a big club in the 80s.
I don't need to.
We're not talking about the 80s. We're talking about now. We're talking about now. If we're going to talk
they've got
about
the
the past,
potential, that's
then
what I'm saying.
Huddersfield comes into the conversation.
They've
Then
got the
Aston Villa
potential.
comes into the conversation. And Ipswich comes into the conversation. We're talking about now. They cannot be a top six club now.
I think they can. The revenue, the money we've been able to spend going forward is going to propel us up in that aspect.
I think it's too soon. And I don't want to dash your dreams, but in 1 year, you cannot spend that sort of money and create a big six club in 1 year. I'm sorry,
I think we can. The stat sheet is there. That we got Grealish and when everybody laughed at us when we said we wanted him.
Yeah,
the
but you can
stat
put
sheet, other people
you
see
can put
us.
the foundations down for anything, but it doesn't mean it's going to be built in a year.
As of now, who is the big six?
Well, it's the big six is Man United, Arsenal, Tottenham, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Yeah, and why are they the big six?
I don't know. I don't know, but that's what
because
Tottenham definitely shouldn't be in it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, well done.
And then you're an Arsenal fan. I'm not here to chat about Arsenal. I personally believe your statement falls completely when you say by this time next year, because there are teams that have been getting Champions League for multiple years, right? We say that's the reason Tottenham are in it. Aston Villa have been getting Champions League. Newcastle have been getting Champions League. These guys are already ahead of you in the queue. So what makes you think in this time next year, you're going to just jump ahead of all these guys?
Okay, so Newcastle, Aston Villa, to be able to spend money, it is dependent on their performance because Villa have got the highest wage to turnover ratio out of anyone. Newcastle are bottom half right now. Everton is different because our revenue is going to come from commercial things,
So
like the stadium,
what has
like
that
the
got to do with
sponsorships.
Everyone else, like the casuals, they're not accountants. No one cares about that stuff. In the top six thing, it's not just solely about what money you can spend, because eventually the performances have to arrive. And you doing this for one season after, let's say, battling relegation for the last 5-6 years doesn't just make you a big six club. There was a time when people were arguing for Leicester to be in it. They've won the league. They've got an FA Cup as well. They've been relegated. I still have them in the pecking order before you guys to get there, because you haven't done anything to suddenly be in a big six conversation by next year. There's more chance of us saying, guys, Tottenham, off you pop. It's a big five now. Everyone keep grinding.
But the
big
entire
respect.
reason, like Tottenham are in the big six and they haven't won. Apart from that Europa League, and where they were considered the big six before that,
facts.
It doesn't matter what you've won because it's about money. It's about money.
I agree with you, but we're saying that Tottenham are the one team that are on the edge of falling, right?
Yeah.
The only reason they're in here is because they have been fighting in that Champions League area for a decade and a half. You can't in 1 year say, you know what, guys? Yeah, we're big six now. You might not even finish literally top six in the league, let alone suddenly gazump these guys. I get it. They might get relegated. We can boot them out, no problem. But it's not you guys, big bro. Like.
But where does anybody who is up there, look at the spending, look at the wages. Whoever spends the most on wages typically finishes top two. Everton will have the capacity to spend more than clubs around them, like Villa. They're operating at the maximum at the minute. So they will fall down eventually.
Okay, so you give me your projections for this season upcoming so that I can understand what you think needs to happen for you to be toxic. So you're going to spend the money, cool, and then what?
We'll get European competition. That's fairly likely, we agree, right?
As in to play in
3
Europe
points
next
off
season.
Liverpool, any European competition.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
3 points
sure.
off Liverpool at the minute. They're in, what, 5th? That European competition, new stadium, commercial deals, everything that comes with that, it's an attractive proposition as opposed to someone like Newcastle who won't have any European football next season.
So now they can't be involved, despite the fact that they have been playing Champions League football. You can't just bring up any form of Europe. Otherwise, I can just say, yeah, cool. Palace are playing Conference League. They just won an FA Cup. They surely have done more than you guys to be in there recently. We can bring up Nottingham Forest
Stadium.
because they've got Champions League heritage more than
Stadium.
you guys. So because of the stadium, that means you guys are a big six.
We've got a stadium.
What kind of behaviour is that? What is going on here? If that's your argument about stadiums,
Are Tottenham still a top six if they've got the stadium
that's what exactly.
in the
You
Championship?
can't kick them out, but then their best thing is their state. That's all they have right now. And
Well, yeah, it's a big six within the Premier League. If they're not in the Premier League, they're not in the big six, are they?
Yeah, fair. I don't mind them getting booted out. I don't mind them getting booted out. I don't mind them getting booted out, but yeah, I don't think you man are anywhere near. Maybe 5 years time or something.
Maz, Brighton fan. So you keep talking about money, and I feel like why is that such a big? To be a big six, in my opinion, it's like you got to take into account fans. You got to take fan base.
Okay, tick.
Okay.
Double tick. that one.
History.
Tick.
What history?
Definitely tick.
9 league titles.
That's a yellow card.
Trophies.
What
Okay,
history?
trophies.
Everton got
I'm
history.
just going through a list.
Keep going.
Let me land. Go on.
okay.
Okay, yeah.
Tick.
So what you feel? Okay. Then let's say you tick all these boxes.
We do.
But okay, are you above Newcastle?
Yes.
Are you above Aston Villa?
For all those things you take. Trophies. When was the last time they won a trophy? When was the last time they won a trophy? And answer the question.
What?
When was the last time Villa won a trophy?
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't know.
Yeah, nobody knows because they're not relevant.
No, but in terms of the structure, you talk about money, you talk about everything involved. Aston Villa just as rightful to be in the Big Six as you do. Why are you better than them? Or why are you more rightful to be in the Big Six than them? That's my question.
Okay, so my point is going forward, we're going to have the capacity to do more than them because they're operating at the maximum ability right now. And Unai Emery, if he goes...
So you think in the next year, so you said by this time next year, you think Aston Villa are just going to capitulate, they're just going to run out of money.
They didn't make a signing in summer, that says a lot.
But they're not just going to, not exist anymore, are they?
Yeah, they're above us now, but look at the money they've spent to get there.
Yeah, but
compared
you
to
keep
us.
talking about money.
And look at the money we're going to be able to spend.
Okay, but so answer the question. So why are you then going to be? Why are you rightfully to be in the Big Six? What makes you better than the other clubs that want to become a Big Six?
Which are the clubs?
Well, like I said, so who are you replacing? Let's do that actually. Who are you replacing? Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah.
Based on what?
17th last season.
Let's say they stay up. Let's say they stay up.
17th last season.
Right.
17th
so
right now.
So commercially, their stadium probably makes more than yours. Do they not? Yeah.
Do we know that?
So commercially, yeah. Respectfully, she's not going to the Hill Dicky, is she?
She can if she wants.
Yeah. Where's she going to go? Spurs or Everton? I don't know. But yeah, so commercially, they make more than you, right? They won a trophy more recently than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what else do you want to base it on? Fan base, you could argue level. Globally, bigger actually probably. Globally, Spurs have got a bigger fan base.
Okay, yeah, but that model that you're talking about there is proven to work.
Yeah.
That's the model we're doing. And we're reinvesting it more.
But in a year's time is crazy though. In a year's time is mental.
Mate, in 2 months they might not even be in the league.
Who? Spurs? No, let's say hypothetically they're not going to get relegated.
They're not going to be in
I think hands up who thinks they will get relegated.
Who getting relegated?
I think
let's hope so, yeah.
No, but do you actually think it's going to happen though? It's not about hoping.
Yeah.
Do you think actually?
Yeah, it will.
Look, I'm not going to argue that Everton aren't a big side. I'm not going to argue against that. But to be part of that Big Six, I just think you're ready. Yeah, again, to go to Nicky's point, I just don't think in a year's time, that time frame is just too short, in my opinion.
Can we have Big Seven?
Yeah, if you want to fit the narrative, Big Seven.
Mate, Big Seven was my childhood. We got nothing for finishing 7th when I was finishing there.
So you genuinely believe that in a year's time you will be part of the Big Six? Do you actually?
Yeah.
Hand on heart.
Yeah.
That's mental. Right. On that note, thank you so much. I think my point proven.
I'm Louis and I'm a Chelsea fan. I noticed you spoke financial.
Yeah.
So how well are you knowledge of the Deloitte Money League?
Deloitte Money League?
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
So Everton are 24th in the Deloitte Money League globally, 13th or 14th in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Quite significantly.
As of when? When?
This year.
Financial year?
Yeah.
We also recorded a record turnover.
That's great.
And this stadium was not accounted in that. That makes 3 million more than Goodison Park did per game.
3 million more than Goodison Park per game overall, with a gap that big between 13th and 14th compared to
and you
the
feel it.
Big Six.
Tell him you feel it and all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're looking at previous stats. I'm talking about going forward this time next year.
So things that don't exist.
Things that don't exist.
Currently, yeah.
You could argue don't exist about anything in the future. Tomorrow doesn't exist.
Mate, listen.
Should we talk about it?
I could have a 6-pack, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
You could have. Okay.
Listen. Let's do it as a metaphor. Yeah. Let's do it as a metaphor, right? Everton could be a Big Six club, right?
Will.
Okay. And I will have a 6-pack by this time in 4 years' time. It's
throw like, enough money at it and you will.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Neither of us are going to do that inside a year. Neither of us are going to do it inside a year.
I think Evan have got a better chance, Lou.
Apples and oranges.
You said 4 years, I reckon.
He's lost to that one.
No, but it's
financially.
I'm not going anywhere.
Embarrassing.
I'm not going anywhere.
Mate, you're a grown man.
Also, let's talk about the other club that they own, the ownership group that own
Friedkins.
Everton, the Friedkins, right? They own Roma.
Ain't no
as
way
well.
they're prioritising the Serie A club over us.
No, I'm
There's
not.
no way.
But what I'm saying is, right, the evidence, because I'm talking about things that exist.
Yeah.
Roma have fallen year on year in that money league.
Serie A have.
Yeah, they have. But the whole point is that the track record, given what's going on in that situation, suggests potentially, given you spoken about expenditure for other sides as well, financially, there could be something that might not work out. There was quite a significant issue with Roma over the past few years financially. Obviously, take into account
It's
it's the Serie
before
A
the
as well.
Friedkins, no?
Well, I mean,
That's before that ownership group.
No, I believe it was with the Friedkins as well. So with that situation, and you look at how everything's kind of going and moving and taking those parts into consideration in terms of, as you said, financially, because I guess that's how you fit into the big six, not the top six, but the big six argument. Financially, it is such a long way away to get there within a year, which is what you were trying to argue. Not 2 years, not 3 years, within a year.
My argument to that would be the big six is just something that gets made by a media narrative, right? So if Everton continue along this trajectory, bring in big names over the summer with the money that was supposedly got to spend, right? We will be in those conversations, no doubt. With the media
but that's
perception
different.
of it will be big
That's
six.
different. In those conversations doesn't mean that you go into the big six.
You talk about the big six.
You're talking about it. Are they in it? Not they are in the big six, which is what your statement is.
No, they will be in the big six.
Yeah, but that's your statement. So you're basically saying, are they going to be in the conversations, or are they going to be in the big six?
Talk about the big six in a year's time. You'll be talking about it.
Well, okay, fair enough. Interesting statement.
Top 10 coldest moments.
Well done. Well done, boys.
That has been Midnight Boxed In. Let us know who won the arguments. Remember to like, comment, and hype the video and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Hi, my name's Jans, and I am a West Ham fan.
Hello, mate.
You think this is going to be the worst World Cup ever?
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say, is every single time they tell us that a World Cup's going to be rubbish, they said Russia was going to be bad, that, all the Russian hooligans were going to whack you up. Didn't happen. They said Qatar. What happened in Qatar? There was like 4 journalists out there, mate. I was one of them, and I'm not really a journalist. I did get a little accreditation, though.
Did you play
Ran
darts for the
around.
England team? Then you weren't a proper journalist then.
But what I will say is they said that Qatar was going to be rubbish. Lo and behold, it was unreal. Everyone was out there having a jolly time, all the countries of the world together, having a little boogie. It was very amicable. So I feel like messaging's always that the World Cup's going to be bad. But what really happens is that it's a big, fat international football tournament where everyone loves football and gets along.
Cool. Let's touch on that straight away. So there are multiple countries who currently cannot have people come into the country to even play in the tournament. In some cases, they're having to figure out ways around that. And also fans are not currently getting visas because the US government won't allow it. So there will be countries which will not have fans at the tournament.
Okay, that's a good point.
So you talk about a jolly up and all that sort of stuff. In fairness, comparatively, if you talk about Qatar, obviously there was the alcohol situation, all that sort of stuff.
Oh, you could have a jolly up if you want.
Exactly. You could do. So they found a way. But you're going to have the same prices in some places in the States because they're going to mark it up, despite the fact it's legal in that country. And they found other ways to mark up other prices as well, including dynamic prices with World Cup tickets.
Okay, yes, it's going to be spenny, but this is the home of entertainment, mate. This is going to be lights, camera, action, pure showtime, son. So this is going to be, from an entertainment point of view, just pure fire, mate.
Is that why the BBC and ITV won't be showing the halftime show then?
They want to do their analysis, don't they? I mean, that's got nothing to do with it. As a show, the Americans will put on a show.
Yeah, but
that's what they do.
It's just in this country alone, they won't be showing the show. Could you, as an average punter, afford to go to the World Cup and enjoy it? No. Categorically, no.
Yeah.
We haven't even got onto the orange what's it who's in charge yet, and I mean we can talk about that as well and how that's going to cause more problems as well.
Yeah. We'll talk
I'm not ever going to go to the States for a while he's there because I'll get sent back straight away. So yeah,
I don't know, mate. I think you'll be all right. There's 48 teams this year too. I just think all of these pre-problems that we have in our heads, they're just going to go, mate. As it pertains to ticket prices and the little orange dictator at the helm, I don't know about that. Can't really speak on that. We'll save that for the Midnight's politics.
You can't have a good time out there at the games if people can't buy the tickets because they're so expensive. So the stands will be half empty, as we saw with the Club World Cup last year.
Listen, are you going to buy a ticket to Cape Verde flipping versus whoever?
I would do if I could afford it and I was in the States and go watch it. Yeah, absolutely I would.
How long am I going to back the Americans for? Yeah, not long. See you later. Cheers.
Brendan, Chelsea fan. So, I have to defend the Americans. Okay. So, the reality is that we, as Jan said, every World Cup, we always say, it's going to be the worst World Cup. It's going to be bad. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. Well, I can't sweat my head. It's a bad
You a bit nervous?
Never. It's America, Canada, Mexico.
Yeah.
We all know, in my opinion, the greatest stadium in the world when it comes to the World Cup. In fact, the greatest stadium of all time is the Estadio Azteca.
Agreed.
Right? There's going to be many games played over there. Bit of an injustice the World Cup final's not there, but I digress. The matches are going to be there. It's going to be great. we're thinking about just America
Mhm.
and the logistics of America and how it's going to be expensive, that's that, right? Mexico, it's going to be great matches. Canada is going to be great matches. And
Yeah.
even you can say in New York and all over the States, it's going to be great matches. Of course, logistically, it won't be easy, but there are systems that will be put into place. On top of that, we're talking about entertainment. I'm here to be entertained.
But you're not going to get the best peak of those players.
I'm here to be entertained.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Think, guys, who watches wrestling?
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, guys. As a wrestler, right? I've been in Royal.
You're a
Rumble.
wrestler?
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I am, man. I've been
I
in
feel very
Royal. I've been in
insecure
Royal
right
Rumbles, right?
Yeah.
30 man in a Royal Rumble. It's fun seeing guys who come in at number 4th, number 5th.
Whoa,
Get them
really?
to yeah, absolutely.
Come in number
Just
4th, number 5th. Wow.
Yeah, bro.
What we
Be
talking
there
about?
until the last 25, you know
you know,
what I
just
mean? It's
hitting
fun.
it, like,
it's hitting
like
it.
it,
Getting there, pummeling,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
But
getting pummeled.
It's
Whoa.
fun. No matter what I'm trying to
It's
say.
fun, okay.
All just aside, what I'm trying to say is that you're trying to say that, you're not going to get players at the best quality, so on and so forth, right? Doesn't that add more entertainment to the fact that more upsets can happen? France, for example, best team in the World Cup. They could just go out in the round of 16 and be like, oh no, you lost to Panama or something, and just
Yeah,
do
but
you know
that
what I
happens
mean?
every World Cup. So what's the
Exactly,
but
that's
then-
the whole
but then-
point.
no,
There's
but
more.
then-
There's entertainment.
No, but yeah, but then-
it's in
but
America.
It's the additions.
pure
It's
entertainment.
the additions. Yeah,
Additions
but
of what?
The Americans and entertainment.
The
they
players are
don't
going to be looked after anyways. We all know this because they care about the players more than the fans.
No, but this is what I'm saying. This is exactly my point. I'm talking about as an overall product. If you look at
Yes.
entertainment, because it's a product,
Yes.
we're the ones that would be buying it. None of us, or the vast majority of us, probably couldn't afford
Skill
to go.
issue.
So what's my issue? Is the fact that we can't go to a World Cup.
Emmanuel, Premier League champion.
Right, okay. I was actually really hoping you come because you were born in 2000 or whatever it is, like 19400 BC or whatever it is. So is there any World Cups that have been worse than this that you think will come?
Well,
Maybe
there
worse?
you
Tell
go.
me,
Because
please.
I'll start by somewhat agreeing in terms of I'm not sure how good of a World Cup it's going to be
Uh-huh.
compared to previous ones. Because, like you said, prices, whatever. But I'm hearing a lot of people talking about travel, and I'm hearing people saying, "Oh, everyone's going to be in the same boat." Let me take you guys back to 1930.
Please.
The Uruguay players, Argentina players. Some of them couldn't even come. They were on the boats trying to go there. Some of them went missing. They couldn't make the kickoff times. There was controversy in terms of rough footballing. The refereeing was controversial.
Yeah.
Argentina in the final as well. A lot of match rigging, if you will. We might have that this or not. We don't know. Donald Trump might say, "Oh, listen, little something here and there." But as far as I'm concerned, you can't say it's categorically the worst ever. When I saw full-on teams lost out on sea in the boats.
Were you in the boats with them?
No, but I was the one that was
Careful.
waiting for them.
Hey,
Whoa! Where's the red? Where's the red? Where's the red?
What's that about, man? What's that about,
Be
man?
allies as well, guys. Come on, be allies. Be allies.
I'm a girl, I can't do anything.
Where are the allies?
Not there when you need the most.
So now, if you disagree with me, you're racist, basically. So either you agree with me or just.
That with the brothers.
Yeah, fine, whatever, yeah.
You'll have that one.
Hi, I'm Louis, and I'm a Chelsea fan. That is categorically incorrect. Like,
What,
I'm
that
sorry.
you're a Chelsea fan?
That is. No, obviously not. The amount of names in the Premier League era which you can drop are ridiculous. I can even we'll go Teddy Sheringham, Berbatov, Anelka, Drogba, Henry, Harry Kane. That's 6 already. Shearer, thank you. Lads, you want to help me out? Any more names?
Aguero.
Bruno.
Okay.
The fact that we're literally rattling them
Do
off
it
here.
for
Cole.
name a player that didn't play for one of the top clubs that won everything. Then.
Di Canio.
Okay, now 9 more.
That won
I
everything.
don't understand the argument you're making.
Oh, because my argument
Jamie
is that
Vardy.
for Lukaku at Everton had a 1-2 record, right? 87 in 166 games, right?
Yeah.
All these players that have got better numbers, have had better careers trophies-wise, did it in better environments.
Hold on a minute. This guy played for United. He played for Chelsea. He's happy environment.
His
My argument is for Everton.
United was good.
No,
And
no,
for
no.
Chelsea,
Your argument's not for Everton. Your argument he's a top 10 striker in Premier League
Yeah,
history.
because of what he did at Everton.
You've just said about all the other environments. He had United and he had Chelsea.
Yeah, but
he was
victim
all...
of circumstance. He's in the post-Fergie. They made him put on loads of weight. What's he going to... At Everton,
This is
Who made it?
baffling. Let's just go through. I want to make your point because this is this is wild.
Okay.
We've heard one thing which we've just automatically debunked.
24 goals in a single season for Everton.
Right.
Everton.
Okay.
2 hat-tricks.
Two
for Everton.
2 hat-tricks in the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, other players have done that as well.
Not for Everton, mate.
Yeah, not for Everton, obviously not. But I'm saying, your whole argument is he's a top 10 striker in Premier League history. He just isn't.
I saw him do things
categorically.
I've never seen any single Everton player do, and I had a season ticket in that season, I had a season ticket after that, season ticket before. He, by far, we sold him for so much money that money speaks volumes.
And how do you do?
Victim
In the
of
Premier League?
circumstance. How did that entire team do? How did Angel Di Maria do? Champions League winner, World Cup winning Angel Di Maria.
I mean, the fact is, with all of this, your argument doesn't stand up if you're going to go through that route, because it literally, your whole point.
But if you're going to
is
mention
just
Man
sitting there-
United and then I'm going to give you a valid response, and
but
you're going to
the whole
change
point-
it to,
the whole-
your
the whole
argument
point-
is this.
no,
You feel
the
that
whole-
I'm
the
right?
whole- The whole point you're trying to make is the fact that you're saying he's a top 10 striker of all time. Well, he
Let me
just
go.
isn't. We
Let me
know
go.
all the names.
I
Go on,
wanna
Nicky.
get on.
Go
Go
on.
on,
Oh.
I feel like we all want to get on this one. Hi, Nicky. I'm a West Ham fan. If you want to talk about strikers that haven't had the environment, if you want to take out the Coles, Cole wasn't Newcastle when he was doing it. Collymore wasn't Nottingham Forest when he was doing it. And Andy Johnson at Crystal Palace.
And
Kevin
Everton,
Phillips
saw
at
both of
Sunderland.
them. I saw both of them play for Everton. Lukaku was better.
If you want to take out them, let's look at Sheringham at Tottenham. Fantastic striker, better than Lukaku.
Was he better at Tottenham
Defoe
than
was
Lukaku
better and he
was
didn't
at
have the
Everton?
environment. Defoe played for Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Portsmouth, and he was doing it. Kai, I don't mean to disrespect you, man, but I don't think this holds any legs at all. I can name you 20 names right now that are categorically better than him.
Did they have that season, though, of 24 goals?
Hartson had a
He took
25-goal
Everton to
season.
72 points
Hartson
that
had a
season.
25-goal season for West Ham. John Hartson. If you want to name the best of all time, you've got Aguero, you've got York, you've got Cole. I would even argue people like Vialli.
Yeah, in better environments.
For Chelsea at the time, it wasn't really prone to success. They wasn't really challenging at the top like they was probably similar to Everton are at the time of Lukaku. Zola.
Ravanelli at Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Zola.
Zola never had the season,
Bergkamp.
that level of a season, though.
Zola.
He didn't have a 24-goal season.
Zola consistently across.
Lukaku genuinely
Lukaku
better
had
goal
one good
scorer, though.
season. Kai had one good season. Right,
He's had
or
several
maybe
good
2 or
seasons.
3. But in terms of consistency, Zola across his career, whole career, whether it was at Parma, whether it was at
That's
Chelsea,
just Premier League, though.
But I'm just saying, whether it's
I could mention Inter Milan for Lukaku.
No, I agree he's a good striker, but top 10 of all time is a reach. I'm going to tag Steve in because I'm sure he's got some facts for you.
Steve the Madman, West Ham supporter. Bro, Johnny said some things, right? And he's right. He's a good player. He's a good player. I think international record holder as well. But
87 and 110.
But for me,
I didn't need to. It's Prem.
But for me, that would have just made him. Like what I'm saying, that gives him longevity. Because what you've done is you've named. I think he was there for 2 seasons, on loan for 1, then signed for 2, right?
Yeah, so 3. Yeah.
That's not longevity enough to get yourself in this list, bruv. Like these players we're talking they've done it for like minimum 7 years. I think even Mikel Owen is class, but he didn't do it long enough. His hamstring had him gone by 19. He said.
There would
Wins
be
the Ballon d'Or
arguments
at
for him
21,
as
by
well.
the way.
And I don't want to make that argument, but there would be arguments for Michael Owen. And it's not about the longevity, it's about, I think, the
Not Premier League,
intensity.
not Premier League top 10. Listen, we love Michael Owen, but what I'm saying
not gonna argue Michael Owen, one minute.
this is how hard it is to get into a top 10. I don't think Michael Owen makes it into a Premier League top 10.
Okay,
Again,
okay.
I'm not here to shit players and say they're rubbish, they're this, because if you play in the Prem, you break records, you're a bad man. Like, let's not get it twisted, right? I played League 2. Do you know that? I told you.
I know.
It's a
I
kind.
swear.
If you go and look at the top 100 Premier League players of all time, you go and look at the list and the people that haven't made it, that's a top 100. For you to put him in a top 10 and big up Specs, he coined this. The geezer was in Timberland boots when he played. That's how he looked like, bruv. The big Timbs. We're talking 90s, New York era, yeah? Laces undone. That's how he's playing, right?
Kai, can we have your top 5? I want to know where your mind's at.
Like, we could sit here all day and do top 5.
No, but I'm saying, I want to know what your standards, because it's different to ours. So what's your standard of a top 5?
His top 5 is Daniel Amokachi.
No, Ranger.
I think there's just more highlight-worthy moments across an NFL game that are better for broadcast than there is in football.
Well, that's
first and foremost, I can say a lot of things on this, but first and foremost, that is my opener. There's
Okay.
more highlight-worthy moments in an NFL game than there are in a football game.
Okay, well,
across 90
first of
minutes.
all, that's because you might play for about 7 hours. I'll take it right from the beginning. Me personally, when I'm told 2 p.m. kickoff, I want to open my TV 2 p.m., it's ready. You guys, it's like a party. Oh yeah, we might pull up around 2, half 2, we'll get started. We might start whenever we feel
Contrary
like
to
it.
popular
First and
belief,
foremost.
that happens with the NBA. The NFL starts right on the time.
Well,
it says
we
it
shall
does.
see. You have 4 different quarters. It lasts so long. One of the worst things about football that I think you may agree on, VAR. You guys, the VAR is about 5 hours as well.
VAR
so
is
that's
actually
already
done way better in the NFL
Oh,
than it
it
is
takes
in
a
the
long
Premier League.
time, man. It takes a long time. Now, we'll add more to that as well. You told me before you support Arsenal, right? How do you feel like we're doing at the moment?
Pretty well.
Do you enjoy the way that we're playing at the moment, or is it just...
Not really.
Why
At
is that?
times.
Why is that?
It's just a lot of, I don't know, there seems to be attacking issues with Arsenal playing.
Let me get him right now. Me as an Arsenal fan myself, I admit this. We're very, very set-piece heavy. Everyone's crying that Arsenal are ruining football because of their set-piece coach and whatnot. That's your sport in every single game. That's all you man do. 5 hours of telling the coach, yeah, you're going to run there, you're going to move there a little bit. Your set-piece coach is doing this. But you are here saying yourself, you don't really enjoy watching Arsenal.
You can say set pieces are all NFL is, all that, but then when you see a quarterback throw a 20-yard fade and someone takes a one-handed catch, touches his toes to get it just inside and brings it down, that's a set play, and that's on every highlight reel on ESPN all week.
But guess what?
60-yard bomb from
But I
behind
don't
the
care
halfway
about, I
line
don't
for
care
a
about watching the highlight
touchdown.
reel all
That's
week.
a set play.
It's about watching the
all
game
week.
now, not the highlights afterwards. Watching the game now.
Yeah,
So
and
for
they'll
example,
replay that
we
60-yard bomb or that 20-yard fade over the shoulder.
Yeah, because there's so many
times in the
ad breaks.
game.
There's so many ad breaks. That's why.
Yeah, but and then
I tried to watch NFL.
there'll be 10 of those in a game, 20 of those in a game.
But hey, check out 0800 is for diabetes. I'm thinking, bro, what's going on?
A one-handed catch like that is as good as a goal going in highlight-wise in
No, do you know why it's
football.
not? Do you know why
and
it's
there's
not?
maybe at best 2 or 3 of those in a football game, and in an NFL game you'll get 10, 20, 30 of those moments in a game.
Let me tell you why it's not. Because in that football one that you've described, let's say someone scores a banger, they run off, they jump in the crowd, they're celebrating. You guys can't do that. It's restricted. You have to just, thumbs up,
Have you never heard of the Lambeau leap?
You're not
NFL
allowed
player
to
scores a
interact with the
touchdown, he
fans.
jumps into the fans and celebrates with them.
Are you allowed to do that?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one.
It's called the Lambeau leap. It's got a name. It's literally got a name. The Lambeau
I've not
leap.
seen that in my highlight.
At Lambeau Field with the Green Bay Packers, they score a touchdown, they jump into the stadium with the fans.
I don't see no fans.
It happens every week. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
Then it means it's not making my highlight rules. It means it wasn't that good.
Let me ask you a question then.
Go for
How
it.
much NFL would you say you watch?
Oh, I watch a whole lot of NFL, guys. I'm massive
Yeah,
NFL
no one's
watcher.
believing you in this building.
Because it's boring, bro. Nobody wants to watch
That's
that.
beside the point. That's your opinion, yeah? But NFL, someone who loves NFL and Premier League, it's so entertaining. It's got so many highlights from minute 1 to minute 5. And you can say ad breaks is boring, it takes too long. That's why they invented NFL Red Zone. It's 7 hours of ad-free football. You can cross between game to game to game to game, highlights after highlights after highlights, and it's just non-stop action.
And that's the problem. I've got you already again. You're
How?
mentioning Red Zone. The problem with that is that you guys don't care enough about the long game. You rather open Red Zone and just look at when there's things happening. You don't want to sit through the actual game. Nobody wants to do that.
No.
You don't want to sit through the whole game. You want to go on Red Zone. Oh, there's a goal here.
If
there's
you
a
want to
goal
watch,
touchdown.
and that's the thing about accessibility
got
to
your ass.
football. Accessibility to football in America is better than accessibility to football in England.
Why are guys watching
Sky
Red
Sports
Zone
doesn't-
rather than watching
Sky
the game
Sports
that team they
can't,
support?
you can't even watch half the Premier League every weekend because there's a 3 p.m. blackout. You can watch every game if you want to as an
Hold
NFL
on
fan.
a minute. Hold on a
Every
minute.
single game,
Hold on a
or you
minute.
can watch Red Zone.
What has that got to do with the take, though? It's better to watch.
It's better to watch the product on TV than it is in England. In England, you can't watch it on.
No, but we're talking
half
about
the
watching an
games.
individual game. You're telling me about the games you can't watch.
No,
What's that got to
I'm
do
talking
with
about the
anything?
product. NFL is better to watch on TV than soccer
If it was
is, or
so
football
good,
is.
they wouldn't need to be inviting Beyonce and Jay-Z
That's
because
one
people's
game in a
attention
year.
span.
That's one game in a year.
People's attention span is
That's
so
one
bad
game in a year.
that you have to put
There's
on
a whole
Red Zone.
season where they don't do that.
Nobody. It's about what 1 or 2 months a year. Nobody cares.
One sec. So you're telling me categorically there's absolutely no way to watch a Premier League game while it's on?
I mean, you can illegal stream anything.
He's
So you
talking
can
about
watch it?
Saturday 3 p.m. though, aren't you?
Yeah, Saturday 3 p.m.
Dave, down the Black Horse, £30, back of the telly, sorted.
Why do you think there's a blackout? There's a blackout because people want to watch it and they won't go to the stadium if they wanted to watch it on telly.
Yeah, but there's a blackout so people can watch football of lower league teams and support them. That's beside the point.
It's not besides the point because what he's saying is right. It's so entertaining that people would watch those games at 3 p.m. rather than go outside to watch the game because the product is so fun
Yeah,
to
but
watch on
that's
TV.
again, that's
It's
a
not for you guys.
hypothetical. The fact of the matter is,
It's not hypothetical. That's the reason they brought it's not
Yeah,
hypothetical.
but you can say
They brought it in
you
for
can
that
say
reason.
you can say if it was on TV they would watch it, but the fact of the matter is it isn't, so they don't. In the
No, but it
NFL,
was
in the
beforehand.
NFL, all of the games are shown in full games for fans from those cities that want to watch them, and there's also NFL Red Zone for those that want to be across everything. And if you watch NFL Red Zone, you're across everything. There's no ads. There's no anything. So if that's the way you want to watch it, you can watch it. Otherwise, you can watch a full game and it's just your own team.
Telling me Red Zone is not helping your point at all because that is telling me that the actual sport, the game itself, is not good enough to watch because I have to sit and look for about 8 different games and just wait for a
If you
goal
want
to
to
go
do
in.
that, if you want to watch your own team, you can. But as someone who's who's interested in the entire league, and I want to be able to watch more than one. If I could watch concurrent Premier League games in a similar program, I would, because I want to be informed about what's going on the whole time.
They do have those shows, but I'm not getting paid.
The Premier League has brought that in as well. They've copied the NFL for that reason.
Exactly. They've copied the NFL because they know it's marketable, right? Because they know fans want to watch more than just their one game. So they have now trying to implement broadcasts where you can do that. But the fact is that you can't do it well enough here. The only time the Premier League gets close to it is in the final few games of the season, where every game kickoffs at 3 p.m. or 12 p.m. or whatever. And even that, having watched it for a number of seasons now, isn't quite as good, or really anything, as NFL Red Zone.
I'm not sure about that one. Another thing as well I would like to add is the fact that by, let's say, half-time for you guys, so many games are just pretty much a blowout where you might as well just go to bed. You just open your phone, sit on TikTok. The game's done, man. The game's done.
Yeah, when Man City are up 5-0 against Watford, and the game's still close.
When were they 5 up against Watford at halftime?
Huh?
What game was that?
Oh, a few seasons ago now, yeah. But Arsenal were 3-0 up against Leeds earlier in the season. No one's watching that game anymore.
I watched it. I watched it.
Why
weren't you watching it?
Me, as an Arsenal fan, sure. But NFL teams, even if they're watching their own team, they're watching the game.
No, I've seen guys zone out. They're sitting there on their phone. They're dancing in their crowd.
I've seen plenty of people sitting there on their phone at football matches in the Premier League. I see it happen all the time. Because football inherently, as has already been said, is becoming more and more, like you said, set piecey. And it's just the product is not as good as it once was.
It's not becoming that more. I reference Arsenal specifically because
but football as a whole is becoming more set piecey and less interesting.
Everyone's criticizing Arsenal, saying that it's ruining football, it's making it not fun to watch, and that's why I asked you, and I caught you in your own trap there. You said, "Yeah, you're not really enjoying it, but we're getting wins." That is every single team that you man have. I don't even know Green Bay Packers, Miami Dolphins, whatever. Yeah, they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, but the fact that you're saying that shows that you don't really know because you haven't watched it. As someone who watches both,
you agreed with me. As someone
who watches both.
You told me.
As someone who watches both, they are both entertaining, but the NFL is a far better product on TV than the Premier League.
Bloody hell, lads. Hey, can we get a round of applause? That was a great argument.
And then you're an Arsenal fan. Okay. You've mentioned Gabriel Saliba. That's quite easy. Now,
No. Well, I'll argue. Let's argue them.
You're debating that one already.
Okay, let's go. What would you call it? Not stat. What are they called?
I don't know. It's your debate.
Passing. What do you call them? Passing, heading.
Stats.
Attributes. Let's go attribute for attribute.
Yeah.
Okay, go on then.
What do you mean go?
Who's better on the ball, Ezra or Gabriel?
You can have your Ezri Konsa if you want, or better on the ball, but
better defender. One-on-one defender.
Both Gabriel and Saliba.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
No, bro.
Yes.
Gabriel's shaky, man. Listen, Gabriel makes up. Listen, by the way, we're doing like a chicken egg. They're all sick, by the way. They're all sick. So I'm not one of them people that will come in and say, "Oh, he's shit. He's this." I'm not saying that. They're all top drawer. So say the top drawer's there. I'm bringing Ezri up to this level. That's all. I'm not bringing them lot down. They're bad. They're wicked. I'm bringing him up, and I want more respect on his name. There's nothing he can't do.
You can have more respect on his name, but to say that he's top 3, again, defenders. So that means we're including.
Right, so name the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th.
I'm going to first. So are we basing this on just like right now or the last couple of years, like last 3-year period?
Right now, he's at the top of his game.
So it's based on this season? Okay.
Right now.
Then we can start adding fullbacks as well then, no? Defenders.
Centre back then, sorry.
No, there's no sorry. I'm arguing the statement that you've made, defenders. So I can now
back.
Start bringing the likes of Timber, the likes of Reece James even. I think they are better.
Centre back, I just told you.
No, you can't say you just told me.
One second. You looked me in my eye and you said we're talking right backs. I said no, centre back.
No. The statement is top 3 defenders. That's what I've sat down to argue with because I'm going to start adding fullbacks. Now, if we're going to do on the last couple years, then I throw in Van Dijk because again, this season, granted, been a bit shaky.
I didn't say the last couple. What's going? This is the modern day football argument. You've asked me, is it centre backs? I said yes. Is it right now? I said yes.
You said defenders.
So I'm telling you, it's centre backs, and I'm telling you,
can't tell me
it's
when
right
I'm already
now.
sat down here for the argument.
But if I'm talking Saliba and Gabriel, and it's Ezri Konsa that plays centre half, what are we talking about here?
I can say centre back then, no problem.
Go on then.
He's not even the best English centre back. I'll have Gahey over him as well.
No, he's not better than Gahey.
Well, I believe Gahey's better than.
So
you just said he's not better than Gahey, by the way.
This is the problem.
You've disagreed with me.
He's better than Gahey. So this is the problem we have. That's your opinion, bro. And I've watched your content. I've held you up. You're smarter than this. You know it's a fucking opinion. So you saying he's better, don't make him better.
I'm not saying that, but
when I'm trying to get you to do attribute for attribute, this is how we can tick it off. So let's go for it. Don't just say he's better or he's not better. Let's go attribute for attribute. Let's go.
So explain to me then why Because you said you got him number 1, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, okay.
I'd argue him
ahead
number
of-
1.
So what has him ahead of Gabriel and Saliba? Because you're going to give me
Go on.
the pound for pound attributes and
Yes,
whatnot, yeah?
yes.
But can we not also add the fact that there are intangibles that can't be calculated by numbers and whatnot, right?
100%.
The pressure of being in title
The eye
races,
test.
going far in Champions
yeah.
League and whatnot, these kind of things are added to it.
Having more pressure on your team because you'll play for a worse team, where your team have more possession than most people.
You can
There's
do,
all of
but,
that. So
but Mark Gahey we can agree, was a worse team.
yeah,
Won the
And
FA
then-
Cup.
And then when he's
and
gone
then
to
w-
City now, and I love Mark, lovely kid, but I'm now seeing him make mistakes, and we never saw
No,
that.
don't get me wrong.
We
The
never saw
Everton,
it.
the Everton game, definitely, like, very questionable.
And there's more.
but
And there's more.
There is, but he's also had a big impact on them
He's had a
getting back
he's
in the title
quality.
race.
He's probably 4th best centre back in the league.
Me personally, I'd have him over Konsa.
Yeah,
personally.
and I
That's
get that,
my
and that's
opinion,
like, you know what? Until Christmas, Villa was in the title race. So let's have that. Okay.
That's what
okay.
people want to say on the internet. They were
And-
never
and
in it. They were
until
not
this
involved, bro.
year,
Keep grinding.
until this
They were-
year, you was just doing the top 4 thing for the last 15 years. You've been doing the top 4
been
thing,
a
the same
title
as
race.
Villa.
Every
Am I wrong?
season Saliba,
Look.
every season Saliba's been there. It's been a title race. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Bar maybe the Liverpool one.
Also, there's a bar.
Listen, like I said, I've got Gahey over him.
Do you like Konsa
Gabriel.
as a player?
I do. I'd have him.
Where
like,
do you rate him?
I'd say. So we're doing centre backs only.
Yes.
Premier League. I'm looking at maybe like 5th or 6th or something. He is still very good, but
Mm-hmm.
like I said, he's not England's best because I've got Gahey personally. And Arsenal have Gabriel Saliba. And again, this is where you might start going a bit crazy and whatnot. But even still, I'm looking at even Arsenal's backups and I'm thinking there's a conversation to be had as well.
No.
So at that point, then again, that's why I asked you. You clarified it's only right now. So I'm not going to include Van Dijk.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in-
It
the
was
way
Van Dijk,
The way that
for
I
sure.
look at football, I look at like last 2 or 3 years, realistically. And therefore, that's why I would have had
That could have
Van
been.
Dijk. But if it's your, by
If
your
that-
metric, agreed. Van
If
Dijk
I
is
would
not
have
in
said
there.
the last 5, there's a different players that come into it. But I'm on about right now. 'Cause I'm talking about the peak of their powers going into a tournament.
So if it's right now, then can we not also add Kusanov from Man City? Get this guy out. We're not hearing no Chelsea centre backs at all.
Mate.
If it's off right
if it's
now,
right
then
now, he's
Kusanov.
right up there. That's what I'm saying. But I'm not a prisoner of the moment. And although I'm saying hang
So
on.
it's right now, but I'm not a prisoner of the moment.
This is what I'm saying. No, but please don't do this. We're not on Twitter right now. What I'm saying is, this geezer has worked, not come on his debut and set up, give away 2 goals. This guy has been consistent all the way to now, Konsa, right? He's now at the peak of his powers because of where he's got to now. Do you want to add Van Dijk twerking? You can add Van Dijk twerking. He's not at the peak of his powers right now.
I'm not adding Van Dijk.
And this guy that we've got now, yeah, he's playing well, but I'm saying that that's form. I'm saying that Konsa has proved that he's worked all the way here, and now he has shown he's a class act.
But this is the issue that we're having, though, because you're now saying form for something that is this season. But I asked you, is it based on this season?
But
Yes
you
or no? You're
know
saying
that
yes.
kid has played good in the last, 15 games?
No, he's had a good season, Kusanov has.
I don't
It was
think he
last year
started-
where we agreed, again, the
But I
Chelsea
don't think
thing,
he
it was a
started this.
horror.
He didn't start this season.
He wasn't fit.
Go on, Marty.
Hey, well done, man. Well done.
I'm Marty. I'm an Arsenal fan. Steve-O.
Go on, mate.
They call you the madman.
Yeah.
And you are moving mad.
Really?
You are moving
So you don't
mad.
hear what I'm saying
Right,
at
no,
all?
no. Ezri Konsa,
Yeah.
quality player. But I'll give you 4 players in the Arsenal backline that are better than him.
Man, see, this is
Right?
Arsenal
Okay,
shit,
whoa.
man.
Hang on, no. 19 clean sheets in the Premier League, yeah? So you can't be going, oh, Arsenal just won the title. Christian Mosquera's better than Konsa. And I'm telling you straight. No, give me a moment. No, you don't watch this guy. Listen, no, hold tight.
He's good.
No, he's very
very
good, right? You're talking about, I just heard this, Saliba and Gabriel. You're putting him, you think Konsa's better than Saliba and Gabriel?
I think he's in with them. You can argue it with me, but I'm going to argue it because it's my opinion. Again, this is why I think this Tuchel team, we spoke about this on previous show, I think this is going to be good because I think these lot will come together and they will end up being a great England team that in years to come, it's like the Spanish, it's like the Italian, where they're like a club team. That's what it is. I think they will end up, but they haven't been that. So he's going to have loyalty over his Arsenal guys who he's just won a league with, that has seen them probably be the best centre-back pairing, 100%. When you talk about a pairing, synergy, them two are mustard. But
You
bro,
could put either one of those players.
no, because we've seen it. When one of them go, bruv, your team flop. What are we doing there? Do you not remember when one of them gets injured?
What do you mean?
We've seen it.
What do you
We've
mean?
seen it.
What do you mean? Our team flop. You do
When
it.
Saliba
Hang
went
on.
the other year, you lost the league.
No.
When Gabriel went in the league after that, you lost the
Do
league.
you see what? Okay, no.
They didn't get injured this year. You won the league.
Did you see what happened this season? One of them went, and we won the league.
Time.
Get off, mate. Injuries this season as well.